Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to the HELLION Art Show. Thank you all for joining me today, and I'm here with PTP, Patrick Thomas Parnell, the
Hello.
amazing, esteemed.
Esteemed.
Really, yes, esteemed. Yes.
I don't know
I
how
mean,
feel about that.
well, you've created so many books and stuff, and you kind of like do everything, and you write and draw. So yes,
Okay.
you're a veteran of crowdfunding comics. Yeah, and it's an honor to have you on today, and we'll be talking about a bunch of stuff. Mostly we'll be talking about JOHNNY PHANTASM Extreme 93, which is your current campaign, right? But also just, we'll chat for a bit. We'll talk about that for the first hour and probably get some drawing in because people have been asking for draw streams. So just so you know, we usually, my streams kind of go long. I try to keep it around 2 hours, but it never works. If you have to bounce, it's okay. But we'll promote the book for the first hour, so then just roll with the tide and see how things go. Let's see.
I want to talk about that 10 pounds of gold behind you.
What? This?
Yeah, that's what you call like the actual belt, like the real wrestling belt. It's called 10 pounds of gold.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, not a wrestling person, so I don't know.
Okay, not everyone's perfect, but
Okay, it's fine.
that belt is pretty sharp though. But
it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, before the stream, like you were telling me that there's that belt right there that you won on Fractober, right?
Yeah. So this is my Fractober belt.
I don't put it over your shoulder. You have to put it over your shoulder properly.
Hold on, let me show everyone because it's actually really cool. See, it's not the one that Malin has. Dan got a whole new one made, so
that's crazy.
This one has my name on it, and it's so cool. Like he got his designer to do. I wasn't expecting to get something really nice. I was like, I don't really care. I'll just get like a cheap thing, but see, it has my company logo here.
Damn, that's pretty impressive.
It's so cool. Yeah, Dan's awesome.
That is really impressive. I knew there was. I remember hearing about it. That it looks great on you too. You should make yourself full screen real quick.
Okay.
You should. Rock it. Be proud.
I mean,
like this.
There you go.
And I got like the pimping the flag of time. Oh no!
Oh no!
What they're saying, like, be proud, like she's constantly holding it like right behind her during all the streams.
I mean, but I'm always sitting in front of it. I'm always sitting right in front of it because I'm like, I'm gonna show it off, but then my seat always covers it, and like an idiot, they never realize I actually have the belt behind me because my giant head is blocking.
So it's very interesting. So you have a belt, and then also that's a good screenshot right there. So you have a belt, and then also John Malin has a belt.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, now in boxing and wrestling and stuff like that, usually what you have to do is you have to have like a unifying match to like unify the belts.
Unify the belts.
Well, because John has his belt, and if you'd ask John would say he's the champ, and you have the belt, and you're running around, and you're saying you're the champ. So there has to be a bout that has to be it has to be you versus John Malin to find out who the actual champ is.
I think the idea, though, I see what this is. You're trying to set me up against John Malin.
Hey, listen,
I'm not sure he's really fucking good.
Them's the rules. This is how they do it in like UFC, and this is how they do it like in wrestling.
In wrestling.
Well,
cool.
I guess, if that's the case, then yeah, now you have to, Irene.
Now, this is what I get immediately. My entire panel is trying to rope me into a competition that I'll surely lose.
I'm just saying, but it is an impressive belt. I didn't know that it was.
It's pretty cool.
It has your name and shit on it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He went all out. I forgot the designer's name. I'm terrible, but he has a guy that makes the belts for him, but I'm blanking on the name now, but he's awesome, and like Dan ordered it and everything, so it's really great. Yeah.
10 pounds of gold.
10 pounds of gold. It's heavy too. It's like, I mean, I don't know if it's real. I think it's like There's some metal in here, but it's plated with something. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's really great.
It looks really good.
Ding! But yeah, if I wasn't, I mean, I thought the way the belts worked was every year you have a different champ. But,
Every year.
Hey, I'm here to please the audience. I'm here to please the audience. So if the chat, if the readers, the fans ask for a matchup, I will. I will do it.
So you thought it was something like, like sports, like the Stanley Cup or something like that, where it's like every year, like.
Yeah, I thought it was like an every year thing.
Well, I mean, maybe that is the way it's gonna be. Who knows?
Maybe. Mortal V, are you calling me Yella? What? How dare you? How dare you? I will not back down. Even though I'm pretty sure John will beat me, I do not back down from a competition. So
John fights dirty though. John fights dirty.
He does. How? What does he do?
Yeah. I mean,
is he a heel?
Oh, he's a heel, definitely.
What is that? Wait, I know it's a wrestling term, but I don't fucking watch wrestling, you guys.
It's like the bad guy.
Oh, I can see that.
You play up the fact that
saying?
you have to play dirty, and like you make that persona for yourself.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick. Like the good guys are supposed to be the baby face, right?
Yep, babyface. That's right. And then a heel is a bad guy. And actually, and usually in the ring, and this might be appropriate, maybe not though, because you draw quite a bit in the ring. The heel always calls the match. So obviously, I think everyone knows that wrestling is predetermined.
Yeah.
But
the
bad
what?
guy,
Shock.
the bad guy is usually better than the baby face, and during the match, the heel. The bad guy is telling the good guy what to do. There's only a couple situations where it's like it's been the other way around. Like when John Cena like wrestles, like obviously like he's like a good guy all the time, but he's always calling a match. You know what I'm saying? It's just anyway. Some wrestling.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
So I don't know. I think there needs to be. What are you guys drinking?
I saw Nick he had a shot glass out, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll start drinking too.
We have some rum, and AC has some aguardiente.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got some Bacardi. I'm really low on alcohol, but sadly, unfortunately. But I got a beer as well.
Yeah, aguardiente is a Colombian drink.
Yeah, if you want to grab a beer, it's cool. It's very chill stream.
I wanted to get into wrestling a little bit. It always sounds like
really?
fun. A little bit, yeah.
I'm surprised.
I don't know. It always sounds like fun. It's so dramatic. I love that stuff.
Ooh, Yvonne, what?
Make it better.
Those sound like fighting words. Mayweather. I mean, Mayweather, but he's not wrestling. He's boxing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Sure, but sometimes it's not too different. And like they also just like call up events like that all the time on the news. I remember when I was working on like a company, like that would be like one of the big topics of conversation, just boxing matches.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't know wrestling or a little boxing. I'm more into like MMA stuff, but John says I'm not sure the Malin militia can overtake the arena. So I don't know, man. I mean, Malin with his hundreds of thousands on his crowdfunding campaign and thousands of backers. I mean, listen.
Yeah, well,
it's cool. It's cool. I don't back down from a fight because that's how you improve. Yeah. Even if I'll get my ass kicked, because I will.
There's the Malin militia, which is pretty much what you really have to look out for. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of charm, Irene. I think you might be able to out charm the Malin militia, possibly. I'm not sure, but I mean that's really what it doesn't really even matter what you guys draw.
I think it matters because we have
it's like your fans against his.
Probably. Oh shit. Yeah, but I think it still kind of matters what you draw though, because I want it to be about like. I know it's like kind of a fans against fans thing, yeah. but I'm sure like our viewers overlap and our readers overlap. So at the end of the day, I want it to be about the skill as well. So I think it matters because we have very different styles. Ah! I'm too honest.
How good is he at drawing cute girls?
Yeah, it depends on the subject matter. Okay, if it's something anime or cute girls, like
Well, I
clearly,
mean,
listen, I got this.
Yeah, John. I think John would meet you on any battlefield. So
Ooh, all right. So that means I have to pick the subject matter for it to be fair.
yeah,
It's only fair
I mean,
that way.
I think you should just call him out. You just like
Challenge you.
If this is wrestling, this is like in between a match. What you do is you go out to the ring and you grab the microphone and you cut a promo and you call his ass out.
Oh my gosh.
You say, John Malin, you have a belt too, and so do I. Who is the real champ?
I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to start a stream and get pushed into a fight. But hey, whatever.
I just saw the belt like right before we went live, so I forgot about the belt.
No, it's cool.
And I was like, hey, doesn't John Malin have a belt too? Isn't John Malin the champ too? And then my mind was like, there can't be two champs.
You know, I'm just saying. I want to say first of all, like we to wrap this up. He was more than welcome to come defend his title this year, but he didn't show.
Oh shit!
Because he was invited, and Dan said, the last year's champ was John, and we're gonna do another Fractober this year, and the champ is welcome to defend his title, but he wasn't there, so.
That's interesting. Well, so
what am I supposed to do about it?
That's true. You have a good point. Now, are you willing to just put the belt up like just randomly? Are you going to defend it? Or are you just going to be like a resting champ?
A resting champ? What does that mean? I mean, next year. Well, next year I'm going to join again.
Rocky, you're like Rocky, but Rocky in between 3 and 4, where you just kind of get soft.
I ain't gonna get soft. No, well, I was planning to defend it again this year, so I'm gonna.
October?
It's like, yeah, but it's like it has the person's name on, like the winner's name of the year. But I'm gonna do Fractober again this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually in wrestling, like what happens is the belt that they. Well, we're talking about wrestling belts. Like when you see The Rock or someone go out there with the belt on TV, that's the belt that they swap. But they all get a belt at home that they get to keep. So, so maybe there needs to. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's something that I guess maybe you just kind of just sit on the belt until October, and then you see if it's gonna be Malin versus Irene.
I guess so. Join us this Fractober to see who's the real champion.
There you go. You need to cut like a real promo.
I do. I'll do it before October. There you go.
So fun.
Yeah, totally. I'll totally do it by then.
I'm gonna hold you to it, so don't worry about it.
I'll do it. I'll do Fractober again, definitely, and it'll be cool. It'll be cool. I'll work on drawing my very angular superheroes in preparation for competing against John.
I was really happy with like what did I do this year? I was on there. There's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I didn't like the one I did, but then the first night of Fractober, I was just on. It was just me and Dan drawing it, and we did Mad Max, and that was pretty fun.
Oh, Mad Max!
Yeah, you do a great Mad Max. I hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was fun. But I don't know. The last time I was on, it was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or something like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you do that one too?
I think that wasn't Fractober though. Was that Frac? Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was Fractober.
Oh, it was Fractober. Yeah, I did do it.
Yeah, like the whole belt hype didn't really get turned up until the end of Fractober.
Yeah. But I don't think I was competing that day. I didn't do that on stream. I did that off stream. Yeah, that was a draw for me.
Okay. That's right. Yeah, because I think you were on the night after me, because I forget who won it the night that I was on. It was like Dan, of course, won it, and like someone else. And then the next night it was you. And who the fuck was the other person?
I was on. I was on right at the end, and then the finale
was it Aaron the Preston?
That was the finale. Was Aaron and also
you beat
Jason
Aaron
Krager. and it's Lopresti? It's Laren
Oh,
Lopresti.
Lopresti,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah. And
Lopresti.
that was the darkness. I just remember what I drew. I don't remember. That sounds terrible. I don't remember who else was on. But I remember the finale was Aaron and Jason Krager, and it was darkness. But the day before was Frankenstein. And Jason and Krager and I won the Frankenstein, and Dan was like, "Okay, you guys are gonna show up for the finale tomorrow."
And then you beat all those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron.
It was close though. It was like literally like one vote or something. So I mean,
Well,
Aaron's piece was like really fucking good.
Aaron is boss, man. Like that guy is like super seasoned.
Oh yeah, no, he's like old timer pro.
Like
I was surprised.
I was on like during Frag of June, and we drew a rogue, and in the amount of time that I drew one rogue, I think Aaron drew like 3 pieces.
Oh, the Savage Land rogue.
Yeah.
His rogue was really good too. He's got this like old school style.
Irina had actually been keeping track of that one. She actually was the one that actually let us know about it. We actually saw the art. We haven't actually been keeping up with those streams, but the one about the
Darkness, is that the name of the devil from Legend?
Well, I'm talking about
It is.
Giant horn.
Oh, okay.
what darkness?
I'm lost.
The big
sorry.
horns.
Yeah,
From Legends.
From Legend.
I don't know.
Tim Curry.
Yeah.
that
the
guy.
demon guy, right? The big horny guy.
Yeah, the horny guy.
I've never seen the movie, so I just know him as Tim Curry, demon.
Oh, you didn't see the
Yeah, same here. And you know, the chat's gonna yell at me again, but of course I haven't seen
God,
Legends. I haven't seen anything.
That's how good an artist you are.
Irene just
don't know
hasn't
the
seen a
movie.
lot of like Western
Yeah,
movies.
I just haven't.
He comes to get
You
some
need to
second
see it.
reference
It's really
there.
good. It's like imagine like Legend of Zelda, both like Tom Cruise.
Huh.
Also not a big video game person either.
Yeah, I have to watch it. I need to catch up on my Western media. Dango Solo, thank you for 10. Sorry, I almost missed this. Dango Solo says go long. I guess we will. It depends on. Well, I'm cool with staying. I'm planning on doing a draw stream, and you know we're gonna promote the book and then just draw. But Patrick, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'll
cool. It's
hang out for a
chill.
minute.
It's really chill stream. Yeah.
I'll hang out for a minute.
Hell yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Got our drinks out. We got the chat going. This is great. We got a lot of people today too. So thank you everybody for joining us. This is awesome. Yeah.
Hello everyone.
Yeah. Hail everybody.
I figured
Universe. Hello.
I figured we could show off your action figure art design too.
Yes. Oh, finally we get to show that.
Yeah, we can do that. I showed it
alright.
briefly on a stream that I deleted, I believe, but yeah,
Okay.
we can show up the artwork for that.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, and I do have a Patreon. The link is in the description, by the way. So that would be cool. That would be cool. I did do packaging art for your campaign, and I've been holding on to it because I'm like, oh, I don't think I can show it yet, but that'll be awesome.
Well,
all right.
The toys are going to be going up soon, but I got this really good idea. I mean, and we can talk about this like once I bring it up. But I thought it'd be cool if we did like a variation where it's in like what is it, Taiwanese?
Mandarin. I couldn't do Taiwanese, but then nobody would like read
I know,
it.
but I mean,
Taiwanese is like weird.
Okay, well then maybe could you do like a version where it's like written in Chinese? Like, could you do like characters? Could you do like that if I asked you to?
Yeah.
Because last time I had a Japanese variant.
I saw that. Yeah, the Ultra Girl one.
And it would be cool. No, well, the last action figures, I had a Japanese variant cover or back or whatever.
Okay.
But it'd be cool if we had like another type of variant. But it'd be cool because we could have 2 versions of yours. Like we can have yours like in English and then yours in Mandarin or whatever.
Fuck yeah, totally. I can totally do that.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, I do speak Mandarin and everything, and you know, I know people forget, but I'm not from here. I'm actually from Taiwan, so I can totally, that would be cool.
The chat's getting excited thinking that you guys are talking about action figures for Fiendish.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's for, I did packaging art for PTPs for Johnny Phantasm, and that's where we're going to reveal. That's right. But someday, coming eventually, it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to.
Dude, like the technology is getting like easier and easier. Where like you can, it's more possible for people to do more stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, like just the stuff that we did with the Johnny Phantasm action figure is clear on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically like Johnny Phantasm was nothing like 2 years ago, and still was relatively small. But we were able to find like a company that would make a small amount of action figures for us.
Oh, that's really cool.
And they're just as good as like Super 7 or like anything else like that. Like and you can do the same thing very easily.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think I want to just like start doing a statue first. Yes, Ragna. I'm like the book isn't even out yet and people love Ragna. Like I'm definitely gonna be making a Ragna figure, okay.
Made a great impact with all of her dialogue.
Yeah, really big impression she made.
Yeah, she is there's some really great assets that people are a big fan of. So that'll definitely happen.
Really big personality.
Yeah, really, she's, big personality and other things as well. Other things. Carl Dude, 555. I was like 55.5. What? For $2 says I got a P2P commission. How do I buy a rainy one? I'm a little backed up right now, but ask AC and Nick. I have a lot of work, but I'm more than happy to, if you're willing to wait a few weeks, maybe months, then I am more than happy to commission for it. Just send me a DM on Twitter. I'm Rini Draws on Twitter, so I'm more than happy. Just let me know. Yeah.
Find the time she gets herself way too
Mr. DNA.
eventually.
It's what?
His icon. It's Mr. DNA from Jurassic Park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl Dude is a good guy.
Cool.
But yeah,
Oh,
like,
I don't think I've seen it in the chat. It must be one of you guys. All right, let me.
You're gonna translate.
I was gonna say, like, Irene hasn't even been playing Pathfinder with us every week anymore.
Yeah,
We're just here to be petty.
totally not salty about that. She's
just
affirming that I am in fact really busy, and it's just that I've scheduled out the work I had to do for chapter 2 of Fiendish, and also I took on I'm probably going to be doing interiors for someone else's book, not like a whole book, but a short, and it's a book and a creator that I really like, and it's someone else on Indiegogo. I'm not going to say who yet because it's not like super for sure yet, but that is likely going to happen. So, and also have a bunch of other commissions. I'm pretty much booked as hell for like the next 4 months. So, but I mean, I'm excited to have work. It's great, but that means commissions are gonna, we're gonna have to wait a while. But it's cool. I've got some cool projects coming up. All right, let me.
Yeah, commissions are hard to squeeze in. Like when I do conventions, this last time I did MegaCon, I couldn't even do any. I was just like too busy just talking to people and stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I wanted to ask you. I don't think I've asked like what your background is and like what you were doing before you were on Indiegogo. Yeah. But clearly you've been doing comics for a while. You're not like a newcomer to this. So, because we've talked about like conventions and stuff. So, like, what is your background?
Well, like, I mean, I think everyone knows this. Maybe you don't, but we're gonna have to take a drink when I say it.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, because there's a running joke. Like Immortal V he's like Hubert School backstory incoming.
Oh, you're our rival. We're SCAD. All three of us are SCAD.
Okay, well, I mean, then
I'm just kidding.
You'll love it even more because after the Hubert School, like I went to Ringling, which is like the actual competitor of SCAD.
Oh, Ringling. Okay, yeah, that's true.
But anyway, so like, just real quick, like before, I mean, some people know that, some people don't. Like, but before the Hubert School, I was in a punk rock band. Like when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21. And just traveling like the US, just playing little dive bars and getting into lots of trouble. But then I went to Hubert School, and that's when I got into, Hubert School. Everyone can drink. We can all drink now.
Yeah. Drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
I went there for a while. That's where I met Shane. And And then after that, I went to Ringling, and I got my bachelor's there. And then shortly after I graduated from Ringling, I was teaching there, and I taught at Ringling for like 8 or 9 years.
Whoa.
And during that time, like I still did like comic book stuff here and there, but mainly I worked for like Wizards of the Coast on like Dungeons and Dragon, and Gamma World.
Look at AC. That's what I didn't know. That I think I remember you mentioning the Cuba is cool, but
Yeah.
I don't think you mentioned Wizards of the Coast. That's awesome.
So
Okay, we're
like,
gonna nerd out now.
I was mainly like a illustration professor. Like I taught drawing for computer animators, and I also taught illustration.
Cool.
But I did freelance stuff at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always doing stuff for Wizards of the Coast, or Sega, or Capcom, or just like randomly just doing stuff. And I started to come up with Johnny Phantasm during this time. And then I ended up leaving Ringling, and I taught at a state college for a little while. And this is when I was starting to work hardcore on Johnny Phantasm. And then I just quit teaching, and just started doing Johnny Phantasm and Ultra Star full time. So that's kind of me summed up there briefly. Yeah. So like, I don't know. It was weird. So like at Ringling, I'm sure you guys know, but like a lot of people from Ringling, they end up at like Pixar or like Hasbro and stuff like that. And I was
I have heard.
dude, I sent off so many kids. I say kids, but they're adults, But I set off so many students
College grads
to these crazy places, and I was seeing their names in movies and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, man. I was like, I need to go do something, and because Professor Murph, if he's in the house, he'll agree with me on this. But that college salary is quite cushy and safe. So I mean, I had to say fuck it, and I had to just go and just do it, because I mean, this is what it was all about since the beginning. But so that's why, like, when I jumped in, like, I kind of just like, that's why I've been so busy, is like, because I have a lot of time to make up for, because I was dicking around doing other stuff, and it's like people like Shane and Ethan, they have so many more pages under their belt than I do. And it's kind of like a batting average. It's like, when you're playing in a game and you have to get a certain amount of experience before you get to the next level. Yeah. I have to like catch up, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, some people are like, mainly like my doctor, are like, why are you like working yourself to death? And I'm just
familiar
like,
conversation.
I have a fucking mission, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a lot of catching up to do.
Right.
So I mean, especially
you talk about like like not having done a lot with your life or something, but it's like being a teacher. I mean, you like inspired like and taught how many other people to actually like launch their careers. I think.
Yeah, but fuck them. It's my turn.
I mean, I understand that though, because I remember. Yeah, I remember being in SCAD, and well, our professors would always talk about they wanted to like go back to doing comics full time, and they wanted to be like a working professional again, but it was just so hard to make money doing comics, which would be for crowdfunding.
Here's the thing with being a college professor, and this is what I learned going in there. This is why I was in at an early like right out of college, like I was teaching. You know what I'm saying? College is a really good place when you're to work at when you're just getting out of school, like I was, and it's good for people that are kind of on the decline. You know what I'm saying? Like those older guys that don't necessarily want to go hunting for that job anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know those professors.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure at SCAD it was the same thing. Like you had a really good professor and you had no idea why he was a professor.
Well,
you know?
I want to interrupt for a second, because you say like people on that decline. Like maybe I would say, give them the benefit of the doubt. I know it's a lot of people who like maybe they have older art styles that aren't in fashion.
No. I'm not saying decline in a bad way. I'm just saying like.
Well, they just want to be comfortable. They want to be comfortable. I can see that.
They want their 401k. They want their health benefits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
And working full time at comics is fucking hard. It's a constant battle.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of I just said F it. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do this. And plus, like I'm so glad that I did it, especially with the the pandemic, you know, like like all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like there's no way that I could wear a mask all day, like in a classroom. There's no way that I would do that.
Yeah, no, it's honestly a kind of like, I don't want to say it happened at a good time because it's not good that we had a pandemic, but I feel like I jumped in at kind of the perfect time, and you sort of jumped in around this, probably like a little bit before me, but around the same time, 2019, 2020. When was the first time when did you first launch Johnny Phantasm?
The first Johnny Phantasm I launched in 2018,
Okay.
right after John launched Jawbreakers, and then like a couple months after Cyberfrog, because those dudes inspired me. And I you know, I was already selling kind of like these little 12-page comics at conventions at this point. And what I did was I did a short campaign just to basically see how it worked, you know, and really, I mean, we only made $7,000, you know, it was like nothing, but I got to learn how the system worked, you know, how to do the fulfillment. Like basically, it was just like I was like, can I do this? Like, let me see if I can actually do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I you know, I learned quite a bit. It took me a while to get that first one out because I had to learn a lot of Johnny on the spot shit. But then we had we had the 3 issues newsprint 77 comic that we came out with, and that one was a little bit more refined. And then 1985 was even a little bit more refined, and then the action figure we got even better at it. And now with this one, 93, you know, I'm hoping that we got all the bugs worked out, and we're gonna rock this one. Now, usually, usually we just have campaigns up for about 3 months. I think 3 months is the longest that we've ever left a campaign up.
Oh wow, that's really short.
I do the first month, the second month, and then I keep it in demand for about another month, and then we take it down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
But this one, I think we're gonna leave open. We're gonna have a lot of things come through here. Like we're gonna have some alternate covers, some variants that are gonna come and go. We're gonna have some special events. You know, like right now we have 4 main books up for grabs. What's happening? Where are we going? Oh,
I was gonna show the action figure campaign.
Right on. Well, that's the old one, and that one went pretty well. And that one was only open for a month and a week. And we had to close that one down because we sold out.
Great. That did great, like 32,000 in just like over a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
And that one, so like I was talking with Irene beforehand. You know, she did a card back for us for the new wave. We have like a radical blue, we have a translucent green, and then we have a redub of the black one. And you did the black one, right? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like anything's possible. And you know what's funny about this is one of my students who works at Hasbro did the sculpt for me.
Oh wow, man! You must have like so many connections. I know so many people in the industry and just in the arts and entertainment because of your students.
Like one of my favorite students is like a head supervisor at Pixar right now.
That's freaking crazy. What does it feel like to know that all these people you taught are like in the industry? It's like you're the master.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Well, is it because like you're not getting the attention that they are, even though you taught them?
No.
I mean, I would understand, and I'd be a little bitter too.
No. I definitely appreciate it. It's funny, like there was this one student that I had that I was always busting his balls, and I actually got him into comics. I was just being like kind of like hard on the guy. Like I remember people telling me, "Oh, this dude like really hates you," and then I saw him at Tampa Comic-Con, Tampa Bay Comic-Con like 2 years ago, and he was like a guest artist because he was drawing comics for Disney. And he like came up to my table and he like thanked me, you know, and I was like, "Oh, I thought you hated me." He's like, No. He's like, "You were hard on me, but I appreciated it." So no, it's good. I'm stoked to get to hear that stuff. But now, like I was saying, I've got to get some shit done. I've had a lot of stuff built up. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of venom built up right now. And
Venom.
I gotta de-venom myself.
Venom. Well, I don't know about Venom, but I know the feeling like you work for, and I didn't even like work in corporate art for that long, but I could just feel that like if you really love doing comics, like it never goes away, and this urge to like break free of being just like it's nice to make, you know, be making money and have a 401k and everything. And for me, that was casino games, but I was only doing that for like about 3 or 4 years and jumping between animation and casino games before I was like, I can't stand it anymore. Like I have to find a way to break
Casino
out.
games. I can't even imagine that. That's crazy.
Yeah, like it's good money and it's secure, but at the end of the day, it's just like it just wasn't worth it for me because it was sort of, I was in a position where I felt like I was doing everything that, you know, people expected, and I was making a living doing art, but it wasn't enough. Like if you want to tell stories, you want to tell stories.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe it's like it's not the same as, I don't know, like teaching and stuff, but it's still like you want to do your own thing, right? And I think not everyone is the same way, but at least in my experience, and I think a lot of people on Indiegogo doing this, you know, doing their own thing right now, they want to be in charge of like their own franchise. They have ideas. They want to do more than just draw for a living. It's not good. That's not good enough. Like some people it's good enough to just draw comics and like work for a company or just be drawing for a living, but some people want to do more, and I totally understand that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, you know, like I still wouldn't mind working on something that I liked, you know. I wouldn't mind drawing like a Transformer story or something like that. But for now, you know, we're rocking Johnny Phantasm and we're rocking Ultra Star. That's gonna be our main things.
Yeah.
Ultra Star?
Yeah, that's the book that I just put out
Let me just
month.
pull up all of your campaigns. Why don't I do that?
Well, that one's irrelevant now, Irene. Don't push that one.
Oh, okay. All right. No, never mind. Go back to Johnny Van. I backed that one. Oh wait, I got the book. I haven't read it yet. But hold on. Where's my? Where is it?
It looks so good.
I can't reach it. Anyways, Ultra Star looks really good. Yeah, I backed it.
Right on.
Look at
Well,
this.
I remember sending out to you. I was like, this is going to Irene.
Yeah, I backed like bunch of books, like 10 books or something, all in the same month. So I just haven't had time to.
Yeah, I mean,
read through all
that's
of it.
only been this month. You know, I backed that Tiger Blue book. I backed that fantasy magazine project. I backed Graham Nolan's book. I backed a lot of stuff so far, like this month, and you know, it's like it's crazy. It's like you don't even have to go to the comic book store anymore. We kind of have our own little comic book store here online.
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, as much as I appreciate comic book stores, I don't know, I'm not like super sentimental about it because I didn't grow up here and didn't really like. I want to support small businesses, but I love the online model, and I love that I don't have to go to a convention to hustle. It's like I don't remember who said it, but I think it's so true. This whole YouTube thing and people started launching comic campaigns on Indiegogo and promoting through YouTube. It's like a year-long convention. It's a convention that never ends, and that's what it feels like, and I love it.
It's funny because, you know, when like New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, these past couple years, they have like those weeks where they're like, we're gonna do
really
these
weird
online panels, and the online panels are pre-recorded,
but like nobody's there,
and they're so proud of themselves. You know, it's like, and it's like we do that shit every fucking night.
Yeah, they have these like really stiff. It's like what we're doing right now, but it's like the official New York Comic Con panel, and there's like nobody watching. I mean, some panels I'm sure there are, you know, there's an audience, but like for the following that they have, the fact that it's like San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, like there's not a lot of people tuning in.
You'd want it to be live at least because
that's weird.
No. It's like you'd want it to be live because one of the most valuable things I find about going to cons and going to those panels is not just to meet people in person. If I'm, let's say I'm just in the audience and I'm not planning on meeting these people or whatever, but it's like if they're talking about a topic, it's usually like focused on a topic or something that I'm interested in. Then I can actually ask them about it. And, you know, like you have your questioning the people on the panel and asking for insight and stuff. You know. And you can't do
Yeah.
that with a pre-recorded panel.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It's not even like going for a logical like exchange free thing, but it's like, and just going there. Maybe I'm just kind of like floating it out a little bit, because for me it was just like, wow, over there in the US they get to actually meet comic artists and talk about doing
I
comics.
guess, like, if
But
you're
it's
from Colombia, you never even get.
Afraid of having actually
Well,
paid
I mean, like,
to run over there worth it. Whereas like if you have a pre-recording, it's like, I mean, it's nice, but I don't know. I'm not going to the convention for that if that's the case.
Yeah, I think the pre-recording part is the biggest, probably the reason nobody's watching. It's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's
that, and then also when you actually see that they actually have nothing exciting to talk about. You know, it's like there's nothing that's people are excited to tune into. I mean, once in a while there might be like a new movie trailer or some shit, or like something like that. But for the most part, it's pretty boring. And yeah, I mean, our model I think is super good over here at CG. You know, it's like just go online, a few times a week, talk to the people out there, and talk about our books, talk about our friends' books, talk about toys and games and stuff that's happening in the industry.
I mean, it's about being open. I think that's why the fans like it. Like, it's not just, I don't think there's no, it's not, people aren't putting on a corporate facade or something, right? It's, everyone here is a small business, and we're just kind of, there's not as this big distance between the people who are buying books and people who are creating, and a lot of people who were backing books and buying books, they become creators as well. And I think it's more of like, it's not this sort of, I don't know, I have this like,
I think you also made a really good point with buying stuff online. It's like people just like buying stuff online now. It's like Amazon is such a big deal now.
Yeah.
And it's like my daughter, orders like her Pokemon cards from online. She orders her Monster High dolls online. It's like she gets all her stuff online, and that's the way. I mean, that's the way of the future. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, like we're gonna have these little boutique stores. They're gonna be like vinyl, like record stores. You know how special like a record store is. There's still gonna be comic book stores around once in a while, but I think mainly it's like we're switching to online stuff. I mean, I have almost everything surrounded by me. It's like I get online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, seriously. Yeah. I'm not super proud of it, but I buy so much shit on Amazon, it's kind of embarrassing. And I think that the fact that this is not really online shopping, but it kind of is for crowdfunding, not the same thing, but like essentially it is. But on another level, I think people just like that we are connecting with people through YouTube. Well, and it's authentic. Like, we're live streaming. Like, you can't just fake it for like 100 hours of live stream every month or something.
No. Well, no, they like the process, and they like seeing the creators grow. And they like, and it's kind of a team mentality, which is good. You can't do that with just like buying something from Amazon. So no, it's very important to rally the troops.
Yeah, rally.
Just real quick for the people that don't know, those 4 books right there are the main 4 books of the campaign. Like the first 2 are the 2 floppies that are available. And then the last 2 are the perfect bound trade paperbacks that are kind of like, I say the books that are printed on glass. Like the first 2 are like cat spankers, and then then the bottom 2 are like the trade paperbacks. So
okay.
Yeah. So some people that have been with us from the beginning, they want to get all the floppies. And then some people that are kind of new to the game, they can just get volume 1 and volume 2, and they'll be all caught up.
You said floppies. Like, did you do crowdfunding campaigns for individual issues for this?
Or are they just like shorter stories that you launch first, and then the later stories were big?
Right, because you said that you were printing like 16-page books or something, right? And
so what we did, like the first couple of Johnny Phantasms, they were 3 12-page stories.
Right. Okay.
And then what I did for Indiegogo was I wrapped it up and we made it into I think it was 64 pages, and we made a real thin trade out of that. That was the very first one that we did,
Is that volume
then-
1?
What's that?
Is that volume 1?
No, that is like kind of just like basically I call it, it's like a collection of our con books.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what we did next was we added pages to the story, but we broke it up into 3 individual floppies, and we printed those on newsprint. That's probably the most, like, the ones that I think everyone probably remembers Johnny Phantasm from, is that one, because we printed that through Alterna, their printing partnership program. So that's when we started doing floppies, was then. And then 1985 was a floppy, and then 1989 was also a floppy, and now in this one, 1993 and 2001 are both floppies.
Okay. Is there like a chronological order to reading these? Is it just like by year of the story?
Yeah, it's basically just by year, but each story, I mean, even if you haven't read a previous year, they're standalone stories. It's not like one of those things that, like, if you didn't pick up Johnny Phantasm in 1977, you're not going to understand Johnny Phantasm in 1993. Like, it's not.
Right.
It's like we don't go that deep with it. I mean, it's fun if you have, but you can just jump in and just buy, a 93 and still get what's happening.
Okay. That sounds very easy to just jump in and consume. That's a smart plan.
Just jump in and start consuming. That's right.
I mean, no, it's such a terrible way to. Oh, ignore me. No. I mean, to read.
Yeah.
It's AC's fault and Nick's fault that I've had like 3 shots already.
It's my fault now.
Yes, it is. I mean, it sounds very like it's easy to start reading because you run into these. I mean, I'm a fan of long-form stories, and I'm kind of guilty of this. It's probably going to be really hard to just jump in at any point and understand Fiendish. But still, I appreciate episodic storytelling.
Hey, chat. Where are those super chats?
No! I don't have enough booze to... even if you super chat me, I'm going to run out really quick. So, no drinking for super chats today. We'll see. I mean, for now... That's what I'm saying right now, but yeah, we'll see.
Case, I got a question for you. So, they're named after like different years, but it's like I read like the quick synopsis that you had on your Indiegogo page, and it sounds really cool. But it's like if it takes place in New Detroit, is it in the future? Because it looks like it could be in the future, but is it in the 20th century?
Yeah, it is. Like New Detroit is basically a fictional city. It's kind of like a mix between like New York and Detroit.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's like we kind of take the best of things that are in New York, or the worst, and kind of just mash them up with stuff from Detroit. So it's and each year it's like we try to stick to some type of theme. Like 1977, we went with like kind of a more 70s type of color palette. We printed on the old school newsprint because we wanted to feel like an older comic. And then in 1985, I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. I changed my style a little bit. I actually got someone to ink me, so it kind of gave it more of a different look. And again, we did it on newsprint still, because we were representing the 1985 year. But now it's 93. So these 93 books are going to be kind of like on that glossy type of paper that Image, first started using. And when I do 2001 is going to be it's going to have a different feel to it. It's going to be more of like matte. It's going to have more of like a matte finish, if that makes any sense.
Are you going to have use like the dodge and burn tools like crazy?
Be as image as possible.
I don't think I ever used dodge or burn.
It was doing that on every comic because they really wanted to push this.
Yeah, I know, it was on every comic. That's
Okay, we don't have to be that true to what Image was doing, but I think I didn't.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the highlights and stuff, right?
Oh
Yeah.
Dodge and burn.
I mean, we also want the comic to look good, but I didn't know that you were theming the printing according to like the era or the decade. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I kind of wanted to be experienced, and that's why, the Johnny Phantasm action figure, came out in 1985. It has that kind of like Kenner type of look. It's more simplified.
Yeah.
I mean, we are gonna do a 7-inch Johnny Phantasm in the future. You know, that's definitely happening. Like your legend scale, super detailed Johnny Phantasm, that's gonna happen.
Ooh,
But
okay.
right now we're still rocking the Kenner style figures.
Sweet.
But yeah, so right now, I mean, we have books available on here. We've got some shirts available on here as well. There's lots of fun stuff on here. That's the all-in box. You get everything that's in the campaign, and then things that we add to the campaign, we'll just throw in the box. So there's going to be like a pin. There's going to be an extra print. We are going to have a variant cover that's going to come out here in the future. And if you have the box, it's just going to get thrown in the box. You don't have to worry about it. But
I love that people are doing these boxes. Like, it's such a nice packaging. I've been a little jealous of people with those, so I'm going to try to figure out a way to get my own.
yeah, well, I mean, like Eddie Winkler did a good one, and then what's her name?
Miriam?
Yeah,
Yeah, for Bonds.
Like her box came out pretty well too.
Yeah, Infinitail Chronicles had one too. I have that. It looks awesome.
Yeah. So, this like I kind of I scoped out a couple places to find some boxes, and I think I found a good company. It's all painted all on the inside. It's got color throughout the whole thing.
Oh shit, that's so cool. Right, I wasn't aware of, like, I thought it was a cool idea to ship the books in a customized box, but I didn't realize like how practical it was until I got a comic in it. Because so many crowdfunding comics come with extra items and like art books and like standees and trading cards, and I just realized that you can put it all in the box and just store them, and it looks like nice on your shelf and stuff. That's really a good idea.
And just for so people know, like, we're not shipping them in the box. It's going to be a box inside of a box. So it's like
right, outside.
It's going to come in like, if you collect action figures, it'll come in with it'll look like a mailer. You know, it'll fit like exactly the size of the box.
Makes sense. Billy says we need to bring my scratch and sniff tech to make comics immersive. Yo, that would be cool though. Like, you joke about that, but.
No,
like, I would totally do that.
Like the 3D glasses,
like we're talking about ways to make comics immersive, and I was actually gonna say, like, for your 2001, you should do like holofoil or something, or for your next one, that if it's like further in the future or something, like something.
Well, I mean, if our budget gets up there, I'd like to do like a foil cover. I mean, that's like stretch goal, like, you know, past what I've even planned for. But I mean, if we get there, it's like, again, like, I'm gonna leave this campaign up this whole year as I'm working on it. I've turned my YouTube channel, like I'm doing a weekly drawing that has something to do with this book for the entire year. So people are going to get to see this book constructed. It's going to be a journey. And we got the new toys coming out too. Here, let me show. I brought up that artwork. You can now. This is a picture of your piece next to all the other ones as well.
Okay. Let's see. Yay!
So this is what the card backs are going to look like for the second wave of Johnny Phantasm, and Irene did the one all the way to the right.
Yeah, in case you can't tell with my overly rendered style. So when is this going to be with the current campaign, or doing a separate toy campaign?
This is going to be added like the last week of the current campaign.
Awesome.
So we're going to have these available on there, and then I've been talking about it for a while as well, but we're also going to have a Shopify account that these are going to be available too. So if you want to get them on Shopify, you can get them there. If you want to get them on Indiegogo, you can get them there.
Sweet.
So yeah, and we're gonna have a lunchbox again that goes with it, with Shane's cover on it, a red lunchbox. So you can get all 3 figures in the lunchbox with a comic. Of course, there'll be like a poker chip and all that stuff. But yeah, look for these in like about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Like these are gonna be like coming out.
Okay, but they're only going to be up for like the last week of the campaign, right?
Well, I mean, they're going to be up until they sell out. But last time they sold out again, like in a month and a week. So, there's a lot of toy people. Like, this has kind of been my contribution to CG, because as being part of CG, you kind of have to. There's things that you have to do to kind of bring some more people in here. It's like we have to get the attention of people. And it's like I'm dealing with these people that are called Toy Pizza, and they have a very distinct audience that like collector action figures, you know. So it's like I'm trying to kind of get their attention to see what we have. Now I know that I've already gotten people interested in things like Cyberfrog and Starlight Cats and so forth that never heard of it before, just by coming to buy my toy, and then they're sticking around for the comics. So that's something that I'm also trying to do with the action figure thing. Obviously, like I like making action figures, but it's kind of like my part as an outreach program. You know, it's like, let's get some more people, because I mean, you know, toy collectors, they like collecting things, and we make collectibles over here. You know, it's like we make small runs of things that's very appealing to collectors.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's sort of, I don't know if it's so much true. I've heard some people saying that Indiegogo and indie comics has kind of run into a cap, but I think it's just, we need to find new audiences. And my approach is sort of, I'm trying to go international, and, you know, I'm working on getting my first book printed first, but I want to go international, trying to find readers overseas, but getting toy collectors or audiences from like different, like I'm thinking maybe from tabletop role-playing games or for like manga readers in for my work as well, but you're going in the toy route. That's really great because we need to find more people.
I'm actually getting my books translated into Japanese.
Hey, same here. Yeah, cool.
I've looked into doing like what's that Comic-Con that they have like twice a year? There's one in the summer and one in the winter.
Komi-Ket?
Yeah, Komi-Ket.
There's
yeah.
Komi and Natsukomi.
But the thing is, like, you have to like you have to kind of get someone to kind of like represent you, because they don't let like international vendors there, so you kind of have to.
Well, did you know they have Tokyo Comic Con? Do you know about that?
Yeah. I know it's a new thing, but this one's big.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah. I guess Comic-Con is. Comic-Con is definitely bigger. Tokyo Comic Con is already pretty big, but.
Have you been there?
Yeah. Well, I moved back to Taiwan for like 3 years, and I was going every year, and it's it's great. It's one of my favorite conventions. It's like my favorite conventions are Heroes and Tokyo Comic Con, then New York Comic Con. And it's because it's artist-centric, and just like the way, because it's Japan, the way it's run is like so clean, and they treat the artists really well. It's just, it's really expensive if you're going there all the way from America, but like I think it's worth it. Like it's freaking Tokyo. It's a great experience.
Yeah. I mean, I just need a reason just to go there, whether it be like Japanese wrestling or like a toy show or whatever. You know, I just need a reason to go.
Yeah.
But did you know that Indiegogo
awesome.
has a Japanese branch?
No, I didn't know that. What?
Yeah. So like
Indiegogo.
Oh.
Like they sent out an email a couple months back saying, you know, that they announcing that they had a Japanese branch, and I actually reached out to them and asked if they could help me put Johnny Phantasm and Ultra Star on like the Japanese version of it. So I've been talking with them for like the past couple months. You should reach out to them if you're interested in it, Irene, because I think that'd be good for you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my Japanese is probably nowhere good enough to full on. Well, I mean, I can just run a campaign. It's not that hard. It's not like I'm
I mean,
speaking Japanese. I can do the basics.
I figured what I'd do is I make some videos and I'll get someone to subtitle it, and then that's it.
Yeah. Well, I had him on the show a while ago. I've been meaning to ask him back on, but I have a friend who works. He was a manga assistant, and he was trying to break into the manga industry in Japan. He's Japanese, but I had him on the show, and we were like trying to convince him to do Indiegogo because he wants to be an independent creator. But I'm trying to ask him about like the platforms that I should use if I want to translate them, because the translation I'm doing for Fiendish, I'm going to release it digitally first. But like I can definitely go to him and ask him how all that stuff goes. And I should bring it back on. You guys remember Tatsumi? Tatsumi is great. I'll bring it back on again sometime.
Nick and I missed that week.
You did, and it was such an awesome show. Seriously,
I still haven't gone back to check. I gotta go rewatch it.
It was banging. I'll have him back on though. Billy says, I will invite. He's just like, he's a hermit. He's never online, but I'll find him again. I'll track him down. Billy says, Irene and Pat, there's a guy that is silent in our community that low-key translates Marvel and DC books into Dutch, French, and Belgian. Oh shit! And he's looking to translate CG books. That would be great.
Wow.
Because I think I have people to, obviously I found a Japanese translator already, and I think I can find people to do a Spanish translation, but dude, Dutch, French, or Belgian
Are you gonna have
would
a
be
male?
great.
Are you gonna have a male translated or a female?
Right now, my Japanese version is a male translator.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make a difference?
Yeah. Because it's like it's like because they have different ways that they speak.
Well, yeah, but you would think that because it's their language, they would know, like, oh, this is like I'm a man, but this is a woman speaking. I know how women speak.
Yeah, it's not like you're
Yeah.
limited. It's not like when you read different dialects into a book.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was reaching out to them, to people about translating it, I was talking to a gal first, and she said that she shouldn't do it because she was like, I might. She's like, you should get someone else. She said I should get a male to do it because, just because it would read better. I guess it would make more sense.
I can kind of see that, because with Japanese, the difference men and women speak, it's like, it's not just sort of, how do I say it? Korean kind of has the same thing, but it's not like so much gender language. It's very subtle. It's like the way you use words, like feminine speech is softer, and it's really hard to put your finger on it if you don't know Japanese. But I can see that. I think if like a license, or not just a licensed translator, but an experienced translator would be able to overcome that. But maybe the person you found just was more used to translating like probably josei or shoujo comics, and they wanted you to go to someone who was more attuned with like superhero seinen and stuff.
Or like
exactly
maybe
it.
you could like find somebody to translate it, and then if just like find maybe a friend of the opposite gender who knows that, and just be like, hey, can you proofread this for me and make sure that it sounds right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, luckily, there's not a shortage of people that do that. I found out there's a lot of people that their whole lives are built around translating comic books. I just sent the actual pictures of the figures, just the figures, not the box art. If you want to share those.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'll pull that up. Tatsumi is awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. I need to have him back on. But the thing is, he's never online. Like, he's really, really hermetic. But I'm trying to rope him into doing indie comics, and he's also great. Like, he's very no nonsense and like mildly based, and I love talking to him.
Yeah, especially for the Japanese branch of Indiegogo. That sounds super exciting, especially for
I did not freaking know that. That's so cool. Okay, talk more about the campaign while I pull up those images. Oh, what's the synopsis for Johnny Phantasm? We haven't gotten to that yet. Like, for anybody who might just be barging in on this, they don't know.
With the broad brush, Johnny starts off as a hitman for like the mafia. He gets possessed on a hit. He kills someone, and he gets possessed by 3 demon ghosts. So then he kind of turns into like a demon like hitman. And then each year that you see him, 77, 85, 89, and 93, he gets more and more powerful in the city. So now he's basically like in 93, he's like the mayor of New Detroit. He's like has complete control of the police, but he's turned the city into like a casino like nightmare. Like, everything is about like gambling. Everyone's addicted to this show that he has like this force field that's like around the city, and it's kind of like Running Man. I don't know if you've ever seen Running Man before. Probably not.
No.
Okay, well, it's about these. It's like he runs like this show where these people get hunted on TV, and what happens here is these superheroes infiltrate basically the city, and they're trying to take Johnny down inside the city. So he's sort of like an anti-hero, or they think he's a villain-ish? Well, when you first started reading Johnny Phantasm, he's kind of like an anti-hero. But as you start to follow him in the stories, he gets more and more evil. So now in this one, he's full on like evil. He's like in control of New Detroit, and these superheroes have to go into New Detroit and take him down.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex says it sounds less like Detroit, more like Vegas. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering where the Vegas and the, the sort of, it's almost like a little bit, you got the a little bit voodoo vibes, a little bit the skull candy, but a little like
Yeah.
Vegas-y and like a almost
Well,
New Orleans vibe. Like, where does that come from?
So like in Detroit, like Detroit in the 40s and the 50s was called the Paris of the Midwest. It was like a very like fancy city, and they had a lot of casinos. Now, as the city deteriorated, that stuff went away. But in this alternate reality, New Detroit kind of blossomed into like a New York City type of situation, but it's still just as corrupt. And it's built mainly around kind of like casino gambling and so forth. Now, like the whole Sugar Skull thing, that comes from like we're kind of basing it off. It moved up from New Orleans and made its way to New Detroit. That's kind of how like that whole voodoo stuff gets intertwined with a New Detroit. But we do address that like in the story. So yeah, it's kind of like a weird alternate reality New Detroit. New Detroit went in like a different direction.
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Was this this is what you were bringing up?
Yeah. So those are the figures. And if people got the black one before, the black one was the first one that sold out, so I wanted to make more of them. But if you got the black one before, you'll notice that this black version, it's like his gold is like super bling. It's like metallic. On the original one, it's just kind of like a gold color. This one, he's actually got
yellow
it.
paint.
Yeah. He's got some bling this time around.
I like the bling. I mean, my favorite is the black one, if I may say so myself. So everybody should buy that. I don't know. I just think it's more awesome.
I'm a little confused about what Yvonne is referencing. Is it tiki? Because I think that's Hawaiian, right? And then rockabilly is the 50s, but you're like 70s through 90s currently.
Yeah. Well, I think tiki is kind of, he's like the font is probably what he's referring to. Like the font on that last cover that Irene was just looking at. I think that might even be the name of the font that I used.
Oh, like the brushy font?
Like on that last cover that you were just on, that had the cards flying towards us.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Oh no, not that font. Where's the font? Maybe it's not on this one. No, I don't know. Well, originally, like on the 77 cover, it's not here. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm stoned.
Oh, that's cool. That's
but yeah,
fine. I need to be more drunk.
But I will
then.
definitely take a tiki vibe because I kind of like that. I'm a fan of tiki masks and tiki bars. I actually like tiki bars.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, like I like how everything is sort of. I see a mash of so many different cultures, like parts of American culture all mashed together, and it's in like this alternate timeline of Detroit. And I don't know that much about Detroit, like because I think like I don't. Yeah, well, I moved here after Detroit was already a shithole, but it used to be this amazing place. And are you from Detroit? Is that why?
No. So I used to jam on this book originally with this dude named Evan, and he kind of started the story with me. And he was from Detroit, so that's how we kind of got started with it. But I mean, like Detroit is a classic town. I mean, so many good movies start in Detroit. Like RoboCop, I think starts in Detroit. The Crow, is in Detroit. I mean, like there's so many good. It's a good place to start. You know what I'm saying? And it is interesting about Detroit. Like it had a chance there to be like a mecca. Like it was like a beautiful city.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I mean, if you look at pictures from it, like in the 40s and the 50s, like it's immaculate, And now it looks like Baghdad, It's crazy.
That's so sad, and it's kind of almost really it's a bit of a sobering realization that even an American city that was so rich could become like this so quickly. It's really sad, It's especially the idea that it was the center for the automotive industry, and it's because we don't have manufacturing anymore, and it's so weird because we used to be all about that, and it's just sad. It's sad. I wish they could do something to. I don't know. I've never even been to Detroit, but the story is just like really fascinating to me, and it is sad.
So yeah, those figures will be up in a couple weeks. but people should run over and grab the comic books in the meantime.
Yes, definitely.
Or grab a shirt.
Back now and back again when the figures come up because I have a packaging art on there. You want the one that has my packaging art, so back it. Yeah. Get it.
There you go.
Ooh, and you have the poker chips. I love that you have the poker chips.
Yeah, we have poker
that's
chips.
cool.
Those come in the box, and then there it says five full color trading cards, but it's actually it got in a stretch goal it got upgraded to 8, so now there's 8 trading cards in that pack. And then there's that little muscle figure by Mr. Eric Huffles, such a great dude.
Ooh. Oh, look at that!
Yep.
Oh, we have like another little toy figure too. In addition to the
I
the
got
jointed ones, you have the little
Glow. Does it glow in the dark?
Well, that one does.
That's red.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I guess so. Let me full screen you. You had the other one that was glow in the dark, but it was also red, right?
Well,
I don't think I've seen glow in the dark that was red before.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The red glow in the dark one, when you turn the lights off, it has a very strange look to it. Like it looks like it's on fire.
Do it.
Oh, what?
Like you can't. I've tried capturing it on TV, but you can't. Actually, I like this one the most. Just a clear one.
Whoa! Is that glow in the dark?
No, it's just clear.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We also had
It looks like a piece of crack in the shape of Johnny Phantasm.
Oh yeah, that's everyone's favorite. I mean, especially around here, right?
I know.
Everybody go get that one. That's our favorite. We like crack here. Yeah.
But if you go down a little bit more, you can see what the box looks like. So that's what it looks like in the inside.
Oh, the inside is like a face and stuff. That's awesome
Yeah.
and trippy. Fun. Oh, let's see. Do you only have like one box?
Only one box.
Like,
Sorry.
Okay. How dare you only have one
only
of
have one
this?
box.
Probably like really expensive to make these boxes. So no, that box looks awesome, dude.
I don't know why you're
And
asking
so-
for a second one.
I know.
Oh, well, like
Irene's like, where's the second box at? I want that.
No,
one.
okay, I don't know. Like I've seen some campaigns that had a couple, but I don't know. Those people are crazy.
Really?
No, it's
Huh.
yeah. I think so.
In
Only
case you want to order a second time.
I think Aerith, or was it? Oh no, Aerith had like it was a box for every issue, so it wasn't 2 boxes for one issue. Never mind, I'm crazy. I got
Oh,
it wrong.
Aerith. Okay, right on.
Yeah. Aerith has like a cool like cassette box, but it was like a pink one for the first issue and then a black one for the second one. So yeah, it's totally different. And you
Actually,
got your
it's funny
switch
because
rolls.
like Alex is saying, renamed it here the Crack Pack. Like I should like I'm gonna have a MegaCon campaign coming up here pretty soon, and maybe what I'll do is I'll talk to Eric and I'll get him to make like the Crack Pack tier where everyone can get like the clear Johnny.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be great. I should totally do that.
Oh shit, yeah, MegaCon is wait, no, MegaCon's like in the summer though, isn't it?
It's in May.
It's in May, right? Yeah, I went like 3 years ago and it was cool,
I
but
was trying you to go last year. Like you should come. I mean,
I should have.
no, you should come this year
Oh, wait,
too. I mean,
line.
like I was telling Andy Smith that that we should all get like lined up together.
Hell
I
yeah.
I got to meet so many cool CG people at MegaCon last year. It was crazy. It was like, dude, like they were coming out of the woodworks, and they all had like Cyberfrog shirts on, and Salamandroid shirts, or Graveyard shirts, or Graveyard Shift shirts, or Starlight Cat shirts. It was very interesting. It was like this whole group of.
I mean,
people.
y'all can get one of these too.
There you go.
So, about that.
Get that, Irene.
What?
Where can they get that?
You can get that on my Redbubble store. Just go to, like, on the Fiendish website, there's a merch link. Just hit that. It's right there.
What type of site do you have?
I just have a Redbubble now. I need to get, like, an actual Shopify or something, but I have, like, an old Redbubble account, and I'm keeping it for now because I'm way too busy to set up an actual Shopify and like integrate the store into my website. Like I don't have anybody helping me with anything. So eventually when I get some more merch and stuff, I'm going to have a new shirt for chapter 2 of Phoenix. This is the chapter 1 shirt. So I'm going to definitely have like some more stuff. I'll have like a new store, but that'll be coming in a few months. But yeah, you can get
That's
this
cool.
and Redbubble. Just search Rainy Draws on Redbubbles.
Hey, I gotta change the topic really quick. I was thinking about your synopsis for your story and how it takes place in all these different decades. But from what I recall about the premise of the story, it's following Johnny Phantasm as he's like taking over the world, or to Detroit, New Detroit, pretty much.
That's his world.
That's gonna be 2001, I guess. But and you say that there's like basically there's a bunch of superheroes who have to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do the superheroes like age over the decades? Because I know he's dead, but they're not. I imagine.
Well, no, he's actually not dead. He's just possessed.
He's not dead. Are you?
No,
what?
no. He kind of turned like when he turns into Johnny Phantasm. It's like when John Kerry turns into like the Mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
I totally thought he was dead.
So you're just
No,
jumping
no.
to conclusions. Did you just assume his undeadness, AC?
Yeah, no. He's possessed by these 3 demon kings that are from Atlantis.
Oh wow! I didn't catch that in the synopsis. Oh wow!
No,
Whoa.
that's I didn't put that in this synopsis. That's if you've been following it since the beginning, the 3 kings that possess him, they're the ones that are responsible for the destruction of Atlantis. So they're actually in prison in another dimension. Like they're in this reality that they're in space and they're on this piece of rock, and the rock is the only thing that exists in this universe, and they're just floating around. It's like their prison, and they never age. But they have like this whirlpool that they can like look into different realities, and sometimes they're able to possess people. So they possess Johnny at a young age, and they kind of change him over the decades, and they turn him into a really evil person.
Okay, yeah, that went a lot deeper than I expected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to throw it all at you at once, but yeah. So I mean, some of these guys, like the Siberian Tiger, the guy in the bottom right, he's a wrestler from the 70s who was actually hired by the Russian mafia to kill Johnny, but Johnny, he thought he killed him, but we find out in this one that he's not dead, and that was like 25 years ago. So it's like he's older, he's like 50. And then like even the guy in the yellow, he's been around as well, but he's actually a robot. He's like the guy in the yellow, he's from a group that's basically like the Power Rangers, but they're all robots. And he's the only one that's left. He's the yellow one. But he's kind of like my version of like a Power Ranger, but he's also my mashup between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Now, the guy, the Scarlet Heart, he's kind of dealt with this phantasm spirit thing for like a while. He's old. He's kind of like Dark Knight Returns type of guy.
All right.
So he's been dealing with this phantasm thing for a while, and he knows all about the 3 kings, and he knows all about the secrets about Johnny. So he's kind of like the leader of this mission. And then the blue chick and the chick that's flying in the background, they're kind of like an ice and a fire girl. They're kind of like my spoof of the Human Torch and Firestar from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That was a show that I liked a lot when I was a cartoon.
That's the first time I've actually heard that reference over
here. So their story is there was like a Spider-Man type of character that existed before they were in this story, but Johnny Phantasm killed him, so they're coming after Johnny to get revenge for killing basically this world's Spider-Man. So yeah, there's a lot of different levels in here, and I don't know. I know it's a lot to swallow.
I mean, you're basically building your own superhero mythos.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, this whole thing started like I had a really cool idea for a Joker story.
Superheroes get weird and complicated like that because you have to make so many characters. Each one of them has to do one thing or another and mean something to somebody else. So you have more than a couple issues and you want to summarize it to somebody, you're gonna end up feeling a little bit weird.
Right, but I like the idea that this is from the point of view of essentially the world's supervillain. And it's not just like a supervillain. It's like, oh, you drop in a pot of, I don't know, radioactive sewage and then decided to just be evil for no reason. Like, I think that's a really cool backstory for Johnny.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the first hit that Johnny goes on in 1977, he gets cursed by a priest.
He's cured by a priest?
No, he's cursed by a priest, and he actually kills the priest because the priest he has some debts, some gambling debts, but you find out that also the priest is like a child molester. So it's like Johnny's like going after him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so it's like that's kind of where Johnny starts off. He kind of starts off as like an anti-hero. But then as he's searching for gold in 77 and 85, he's trying to get as much gold as he can. In this issue, we finally find out like why he's looking for so much gold.
Gold, not just money, gold.
Gold, it is. It's a superconductor, and we find out. Well, I mean, there's a picture that shows there's a giant Stargate that he builds in this one, and basically what it is, it's like the three kings are trying to build a golden Stargate to get them out of this reality that they're stuck in.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I would not have assumed that would be the kind of path that we were following. The aesthetic, it looks so. What do you call? I don't know how to say it, but like hunky, kind of like more light. Right when I see the comic art of the characters.
Well, what's not the direction you would expect it to go
Like
in?
when you talk about like these three kings and stuff wanting to make this series, that is surprising. It sounds like I don't know. It just even sounds like a different genre than what I expected looking at the art at first glance.
Really?
Well, I don't know. The art is like it's comic art, and I guess it's like brighter and stuff. But
I'm just saying, it surprises me that it's different.
I actually based that page right there off of a Dan Fraga double page spread from I think Brigade number 3. I think I have it around here somewhere. So like a lot of the pages, and then that page at the top, I based that off of a Rob Liefeld page. So
cool.
So it's like all these pages like that I'm doing, or not all of them, but are kind of paying homage to some of the early 90s type of comic stuff that I grew up reading. It's funny with Dan Fraga, like it's funny knowing him now, but it's like I went back and looked at my archives, and I had so many comics that I looked at as a little kid, and I didn't even know it was Dan Fraga.
Yeah, he's been in comics for so long.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't. So, I mean, I feel like I must have seen his art around, but I didn't even like know his name, or I don't know. It's this weird thing with. Also, I didn't really grow up with superhero comics, but like I think Marvel and DC have a thing with they kind of suppress a lot of artists a lot. They don't want people to like break off and create another image situation. So it's weird. There's so many good artists I don't even know about until I find their campaign on Indiegogo.
Yeah, I have the comic right here somewhere, but I should have had it prepared. But yeah, I based the page. Yeah, there's definitely spoilers. Well, I mean, sorry,
Blinko. It's not that many spoilers though. It's like a general premise.
Yeah. Trust me, there is a lot more to the story than what I'm saying right now. There's like it goes deep, and then the second book that comes with this, which started off as just the supplementary, 2001. Now in a stretch goal has got upgraded to a full-fledged comic book. So 2001 is going to have a lot of weird shit in it too. So 93 is going to have a certain type of look. Like I said, the first comics we did were on newsprint. 93 is going to be on like that glossy type of image type of paper. And then 2001 is going to be kind of more of like a matte finish, because in the early 2000s is when comics started to get all fancified, like with the spot gloss and all that shit.
Yeah.
So 2001 is gonna have a different look and feel art wise. I mean, I'm thinking it's like here I'm doing like Extreme Studios. In 2001, I'm gonna be kind of doing my version of like Grant Morrison and like Frank Whiteley type of stuff. You know, like the stuff they were doing in X-Men, where everything's a widescreen panel basically. You know, a lot of that stuff is gonna be in 2001.
All right.
Yeah. I like that you're referencing like different ages in comics and stuff. Aviator asks, is Johnny Phantasm 93 story in the Volume 2 perk?
Yes.
The volume 2.
Yeah.
I assume like because this is the '93 campaign. That story would be in all the perks, right?
Yeah. So that right there is 93 through 2012. Now you're like, what? Where's 2012? 2012 is a special 12-page story that is only in volume 2. So I kind of like making things special. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why it's like I'm spread out here, a little bit there, because I want people to kind of collect everything, you know. And it's like I want to make certain things special. That's why certain perks, you know, people get certain poker chips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, like also like being on a campaign setup. There's also a pressure to just kind of, you know, it can't just be like the comic of the month. You're making this whole thing about them. So I completely get, like, you have to make people memorable, and like I think it's both for the audience and for oneself. And I want to make more trinkets, like make that experience more memorable. And you're talking about all these references, so there's a bunch of like physical things that you can kind of call back. Oh Jesus, the connection is not there.
Oh no, he abandoned us.
I mean, like, you girls are not gonna know.
I hope he comes back. I think his connection dropped out. We're
ask,
too boring for him.
What were you mentioning?
Well, I was gonna ask if you know about like Bassos, because like you know we talked
Bassos?
Bassos. I guess.
Bath salts?
Anyway, I would have to ask him about how he would address it. I know it in Spanish because that's one of the gimmicks that we actually do up in.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when you buy things, you can get Bassos. Like they're like these little and they're like games about like tossing them, like making little towers and stuff. It's like a big deal.
Well, we can ask him when he comes back. He definitely dropped out. When I was on his stream, he like constantly has internet issues, so I'm sure he'll come back. Hopefully, or maybe he's just like, these bitches are too weird. I think it's about time I started drinking, so this is the last beer I have left. I'm a little sad. I have like some wine and like a tiny bit of whiskey, and that's it. Like, chat, help me. Super chat, help me buy more booze. I'm just kidding. I mean, seriously though. Oh, he is back. Oh, there he is. Hey.
We're back.
His connection is back. There we go. It's cool.
I forgot to plug in my laptop, so my battery died.
Oh, it's fine. It happens. I was like, I'm sure his connection dropped out or something, or either that or we're just too boring for Patrick, but it's fine.
We were talking about merchandise, and Nick had a question for you.
I was gonna ask, because the girls don't know about these things, but you were referencing a bunch of, you know, gimmicks from comic books and merchandise that come out. Do you remember what the name for these things was? That were the like little, plastic chips, but they were like really flat, and people would collect them for like different properties. Like
what,
stacks.
Pog chips? Like the 90s? I know about that. Why would I not know about that?
He's like, all right. He's like, guy talk. He's like, these girls don't know about this shit.
I play with Pog chips.
I brought about the conversation. I described them. You said no.
I can't hear you because you're on the other side of a room.
I know, it's kind of hard to hear you.
This is the truth.
How do you call them in Spanish?
Tassos.
Tassos. Okay.
Tassos.
I was wondering about that because I was like,
I'm actually
things that we're kind of bringing up here, because a lot of these retro gimmicks for comics and stuff like that. Whenever somebody talks about them in their campaigns, I get really interested because we didn't get them.
Are you just hoping for Pogs?
No,
Pogs. Yeah, I'm actually too old for Pogs.
That were not the ones that we got.
Yeah, I think Pogs is more of like our generation thing.
Was more like,
yeah, I was going to like titty clubs and shit when Pogs were around. You know?
Yeah, I think right when I was in middle school, that's when the Pogs were like all the rage and shit. I know a place that makes Pogs, but I don't know if it's like people would want that. But there's definitely places you can get them made.
But poker chips are fun because there's something happens to a male's insides when you click those poker chips together. It just does something.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I wouldn't know.
No, because you're a woman. But no, if you talk to any man that No, every guy
Is
knows what I'm
it-
talking about. There's something about clicking that sound that just makes you feel a little bit more like a man. I can't explain it.
Oh, all right. Well, back Johnny Phantasm 93 to feel more like a man. Get that poker chip.
There
I
you go.
wouldn't know, but I'll have to take your word for it, you know?
Oh boy.
I'm just
90s is... Yeah, pogs are a very 90s thing. I don't know. I'm based.
based.
Well, yeah, I think pogs are definitely like an our generation thing, you know.
It's
90s, like right around 2000s.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. It
You gotta
is.
include it in the 93 package.
No, yeah, you can say
Yeah,
the same
I
thing
know.
for all the other gimmicks. Those are
You could use the poker chip as a pog.
Yeah, I'll just call it a pog. We'll just call it a pog.
Nowadays tend to want to go for the gimmick stuff. Like when you see like DC and Marvel try to bring back some of those pro covers and stuff, like a lot of modern audiences were not going for it. It's for the people that saw them back then. It's more for nostalgia. Like I wanted to get one of those like what do you call it when like the image changes when you move?
Holograms?
Yeah, I wanted to get one of those holographic covers, and I was
Oh.
I really wanted to get this one like Parasite from Superman, but it ran out by the time I went there, and I went on the second day that I knew about it. So, of course, it's not gonna last. Yeah, it's for people that remember that stuff and stuff. Probably not for people that
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
well, I was thinking
I
about
love this cover,
I was
by the
thinking
way.
about, you know, I originally for the card design for 2001, I was gonna make some cards for 2001, and I was gonna make them look like Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
Especially
like,
because
because that's what I mean. That's when I started to see that shit start to pop up. Was around that time, right after the Pokemon craze of the mid '90s. You know.
Yeah. It was right after. It was right after that. At least we didn't really get Magic in Taiwan, but I remember like in 6th or 7th. Oh no, not 6th or 7th grade. Like 2nd or 3rd grade, it was Pokemon, and then around like 5th or 6th grade, it was Pogs, and then like around 7th grade, it was Furbies. And
You should do a child memorabilia timeline for us. I mean,
I should.
just do little diagrams that show you.
I mean, it would be kind of weird because half of it is like Taiwanese shit, and we didn't get all the same stuff as America. But
Well, you
like,
can have-
I guess
you can have multiple timelines. You can have your Taiwanese at the top and the American at the bottom, and we can see where they meet up at certain points.
I mean, what would it do that for? Like, who would care? Who the fuck wants to know? Nobody gives a shit about it.
I think someone would care.
I guess it's interesting, but no, we definitely
Yeah.
got Pokemon. My Pokemon was like a global phenomenon, dude. That was so crazy.
Yeah, I
I
remember-
want to see Johnny Phantasm Pokemon and Johnny Phantasm Furbies. I want to see all
You
that.
should. I should do a fiendish Furby. That's how I'm gonna market to people our age.
What's a Furby?
Oh my god! You don't know what a okay. You
What?
don't know what a Furby is?
You don't know what a Furby
Well,
is?
I might know what it is, but I just don't know. What
Okay.
it's called.
Okay. Well, you're like when did you? You're a little older than us,
It was
right?
like 2
Like.
years
I'm
before.
a little.
10 months stuff that-
I like how you said that. I'm a little older than you. Yes.
Well, yeah, a little. You're not. You don't look that much older, but you're not a '90s kid.
Do you recognize these things?
Oh my god! What is that?
It looks like three vaginas.
Oh, that is so cursed! Oh my god! What is this? Is not my Google search, by the way. I'm in private mode,
No,
so I don't know.
The thing
What
is
is
that
this?
the more trendy things are coming up, and it's like
What
it's, it's a fad that a lot of people have repurposed old Furbies and like made them into different things. So like this is a thing, like they put lips on it, but there's other things where they actually learn the craft of being able to undo the
You make customized.
skin and like make them into huge Furby snakes.
Yeah, they're called long Furbies.
Yeah.
I
Is
read
that
about
is that
this,
orange?
yeah.
Is that orange one that you like? I think.
Oh.
Yeah, the second
Okay.
one.
Anyways, so the normal ones look like. Actually, I think I had this exact one.
Yeah, it's just that they have like a retro appeal to them nowadays, and so like there's a lot of kids, especially like on Tumblr and stuff, who've been really excited about like.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's horrifying.
Yeah, like,
Okay, so anyway, I'm not gonna even though that's so terrible, because I mean, I know they're like kind of like a cringy 90s thing or 2000s thing, but like it's nostalgic for me because I had one. Like I was a very unfashionable kid. Like I didn't have like all the the cool like Tomodachi or whatever you call it, the little like game things. I didn't have any game consoles. My parents were like, you need to grow up like a freaking Amish child. But I did have a Furby because I screamed and begged for it, and I was so proud of it. It was adorable, and like so I had one that looked exactly like this. It was gray and with like little pink ears, and like you could feed them. So if you press their tongue, you feed them, and they would blink, and it was adorable. It was like having an early phone electronic pet.
I think they've actually brought them back recently because of the nostalgia value. And some movies and certain properties have started kind of bringing them back into the popular.
Yeah, the Mogwai one was kind of weird.
Yeah,
furry centipede.
That was fucking horrifying. Oh my god.
There's furry centipedes
Yeah, this is pretty great.
Yeah, you can find some weird furry stuff on Tumblr.
That's funny.
That's so great.
Boy. Oh, it's a water fucking.
It's water cutter.
It's like a water. I don't know what do you call that?
I don't know what you call it.
Pressure.
Pressure. I have no idea, but they cut it with like high speed water. Is this an older one? This Furby, the shape.
That's newer.
Those are the new ones.
Oh, that's cuter. I like that.
Someone in the chat saying that they talk to each other.
They do. They're like an early form, like the toy pet or something.
Water jet. Yeah, we'll take water jet.
Water jet. There you go.
Somebody
who knows what she is.
Hydro saw. There we go. Like,
oh my gosh! Thank you.
Hydro saw.
Hydro saw. We're like water cutty thingy.
I fucking love Eric Waffle so much. He's so useful at having the chat. It's just like
he is. He is. He not only links everything, but he actually has all the answers that I can't think of because I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they would talk to the Furbies would talk to each other. I think they had like you see a thing on their forehead. It was like some kind of like laser thing or a chip. And they would be able to like communicate with each other.
I mean, this is the technology that's going to come back and bite us in the ass. You know what I'm saying?
It will. Like this is where Skynet began.
Imagine in the future. I mean, there's got to be stories about this already, some sci-fi mini short stories. But imagine you have something that's like this, but it's like Alexa at the same time, and it just moves more. You know what I'm saying?
If something really gets that far, man, it'll be something that is not in your face about having a face. Like for example, your phone. I think I'm a lot more afraid of a phone than what these things of just recording.
Well, I mean, yeah, the phones like they're doing. Obviously, it's like if I start talking about dog food, I don't own a dog right now, but if I start talking about dog food, I'll start getting commercials for dog foods on my phone. You know,
I for one welcome our new AI overlords.
Dude, that's what's happening right now. Our reality is being taken over by AI technology. It's basically like the Borg. And dude, Elon Musk talks about this all the time. Like,
yeah, I mean, he wants to create it. I'm just gonna zoom in on this shit because
it's basically breaking through from another part of the galaxy, the universe, whatever. This thing is creeping.
That was the first one I saw. I was like, "What is this? This is so scary."
I don't like that.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I can't.
I mean, most things would be creepy stretched out.
Onto that. I really like how it's photographed like on this really nice, like, just really clean looking couch. Just it looks like your mom's couch or something, and then there's this.
Isn't it the case though? Like when they have ads for these kinds of things, it just I think it's just like a stock when they want to show those pillows or those capes and stuff. And they just, almost like green screen.
Well, it is. This is Redbubble. It's just
color scheme.
Someone should buy this and send it to Irene.
Why would you do that? I mean, I do need more throw pillows, but not this. Not this.
It's the model that she grew up with. It has to be the exact model.
It has to be the cute gray one. Oh, here, there's another one. Oh my god, there are so many. Oh my god, they're all cursed.
Oh, it's actually a thing.
What is this?
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Chat.
I hope everybody in the chat is enjoying the Furby talk.
Chat.
Sorry.
Do we still have those bleeding earphone emojis?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we do. Well, nobody's been using them. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Have I
this
been
is-
loud? I mean, the Furby images are triggering to me.
But
This one is actually kind of, I mean, it's creepy, but it's kind of funny.
That was pretty good.
Okay, anyways, let's stop looking at this creepy
So
shit.
I wanted to ask. So let's see. You were talking about oh yeah, also like making something that looks like Magic the Gathering cards or something for Johnny Phantasm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Well, I was just I was talking about this thing on theme of the year. So like, if I do again like some stretch goals later in the year, it all depends on how far this campaign goes. I might add some more trading cards to the pack, and I'd like to kind of do them kind of like themed like Magic the Gathering, just their layout. You know, the design of them and stuff like that.
So you said that you worked in like what was it, like game design or something in the past? Like, can you like actually mimic like the old MTG art style or something? Is that what you're going for?
There's no.
Well, I mean, I would do my version of it. What's going on?
I'm sorry. Nothing.
No, I'm
No, no,
trying
no, no, no. Please, please
That
keep
was-
talking.
to the screen for me.
I'm
No,
not even
no,
looking at those eyes.
no.
She's
This.
being a troll. That's what she's being right now.
Ignore me, please ignore me.
Ryan.
As you laugh loudly in the
Okay, we're going back to Johnny Phantasm. Okay,
Yeah, don't go
all
back to
right.
my campaign now. After that,
What? What?
That's not how you have to fluff them up a little bit first. You have
What?
to feel like a person on silly bikes compilation or something, you know?
Oh,
Lighthearted.
I don't know. Like, what should we show?
Come on, Irene, you have to have a reel ready.
I don't have.
You're
I
making
have.
it worse.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I didn't know people did this. That's so stupid looking.
Yeah, $115.
Oh my God,
I know.
Four payments of $28.75.
Right.
Someone
Wow.
is like actually like on top of the market. That's what they're doing.
Someone pays for this shit.
Oh no, yeah, like custom like.
I ordered this precious baby. I totally did this. Wait. Adorable. One of my other Furbies started making the noises. I want to stop.
Hold on.
Wait, so I had to take his batteries to stop it. They killed my other Furby. 1010 recommend will be making the purchase.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
I'm sorry, I can't. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Okay, alright. These reviews. What is this?
That is so
Okay.
ridiculous.
Holy crap.
These-
Somebody stop me! Stop me! I can't. I
first
can't
of
tear
all-
my eyes away from it.
Now, being like a toy guy, I actually recognize those arms and those legs. Those arms and those legs, those comes from Monster High Dolls.
Oh really?
Yeah, my daughter, because I'm always fixing them.
Oh.
My daughter collects these. That's Frankie's arms and legs right there.
Oh my
Are they-
gosh.
They come gray like that. Those aren't painted.
No, they're like she's like Frankenstein, so she's like kind of like gray.
All right.
Oh, okay. So just like mash it together. It's RGB. Okay, that first review was fucking gold.
That is pretty good.
that
Can you
was
click on that
hilarious.
picture? Click on that picture. What's that picture right there? Here. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Sorry, chat. I have no self-control. Okay, I promise. Hold on. Okay, we have Super Chat Sultan of Zanzibar for Canadian 5. Hi, Canada. The eyes that made me want to back Johnny Phantasm for some reason. Yeah, see?
All right.
This is helping you get more backers.
All right,
so-
hey, listen.
All right, back
I'm
Johnny
into it now.
Phantasm. Oh.
Well, I feel a little better knowing that these people kind of don't take themselves too seriously, because that comment is pretty fucking funny.
That was pretty great. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I would just be, oh my god, look at what I was expecting people to be like really serious about it. Be like, oh my god, this is like the highest form of art or some shit.
No. I looked a little bit into this. Pretty funny stuff.
Oh, that was great. I wasn't ready. Okay.
You should see if there's any more.
No, I'm gonna die.
I'm kind of curious if the whole community is like that.
Oh my god, look at this. Okay, these are like actual reviews from people who love it. I was not aware that there was like
that one said that he liked his personality.
The Furby's personality?
Yeah.
That sounds like someone without friends, and that sounds really sad.
I like this one. It's incredibly detailed, looks amazing. The only issue is it definitely does not smell like lavender.
It doesn't smell like... What? Oh no, this is a candle. They make Furby candles as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. I need to stop. Yeah, $115. What the hell?
The Furby community. I mean,
yeah,
maybe this is what we need over here in CG. Like, we need some Furby people over here and some of this Furby money. I feel like they have some money to waste.
Well, let's see. To be fair, I want to give these people the benefit of the doubt. So it depends on how much a Furby is, which they have a vintage appeal to them, so they might be a bit overpriced. And then you're also buying a Monster High doll, and
also, old school Furbies are no longer being made, so that's a big shortage if you want to actually get the retro ones.
Yeah, so you're buying an actual Furby and a Monster High doll, so you're basically paying for the price of both of those.
Yeah.
And the person also has to make a profit, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get why people do it, but it is pretty weird.
It's so crazy right now. It's so weird.
Okay, all right. We're getting back on track. Opinionated news guys said they're like an Angry Bird and a Gremlin had a baby. It does look like that. Thank you for
with a Barbie.
Yeah, with a Barbie. They fucked a Barbie, and now it's like a demonic Gremlin Barbie thing.
Yeah.
On that note,
speaking of demon.
Speaking about demons, speaking of demonic possession and Barbies, right? Just smooth segue back into our subject. Woo! Okay. Who's that? Where were we? Let's go through the tiers. I have no idea what we're talking about, how we got there, dude. But let's go through like what are the tiers?
Yeah, it's kind of been a bit of a time warp.
Cool.
Well, I think probably the most popular tier is the second one from the top. Is the Shane Davis cover?
Yeah, that cover is odd. That's my favorite. I love that.
One. That tier right there is probably people seem to like that one a lot.
Yeah, that cover is really good.
Like, people are getting down with the box too. I guess people are just like, it's convenient just to get the box so they don't have to worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, grab a box, grab a comic here, 48 pages, cover by Shane, inside's written and illustrated by me.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the shirt.
Oh yeah, the shirts are cool because it's $25. Now that's extra small to XXX, and there's free shipping on those. So that's a pretty good deal.
Free shipping is good.
Yeah.
Shipping's so crazy
like,
now.
My homies out there that are XXX, usually the XXX shirts cost more. Like, and that's not the case here. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's generous.
Yeah.
Johnny Phantasm.
And then there's Volume 2. Like, I have everything kind of just like separate as well. And then also there's loads of add-ons in the back too. So it's like you can add stickers on and poker chips. You can add some of those muscle figures on as well. But that's Volume 1 and Volume 2. Or you can get them together.
Right. I was gonna ask if you have any add-ons, but that's really cool that you can get the extra items.
Yeah, pretty much everything is like an add-on. You can add on poker chips. You can add on the muscle figures. You can add on a trading pack or trading cards, a pack of trading cards. You can add on individual stuff. It's just you know, you can just mix and match on your way out.
Awesome, volume 1. So it's just like different combinations of all. Like you have so many stories for Johnny Phantasm out already. So just like mixing and matching all of them, right?
Yeah. It's just easier than like I like having a lot of categories, especially when it goes time to fulfill, because it makes it a lot easier. So it's like if someone just can get everything in one order, everything they need. I mean, even if like this, you know, like this tier only 5 sold. It's like, but still, it's a lot easier than kind of like having to kind of go back and forth sometimes. Like you're like, all right, this person has this, and then this person has a different thing. It's a lot easier to be like, okay, all these 5 have the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
I definitely feel that.
That is not just from the creator's perspective, but just from people wanting to actually get this stuff. I know that some campaigns make it just a bit too problematic by making it kind of restrictive and just having to try and like mix and match to finally get what you actually wanted out of the project.
I mean, but
even repeats of that you didn't even actually want with it.
Well, I like that though. I think I prefer campaigns who have a lot of add-ons. That way I can like kind of put together my own package. But I get like that's harder for the fulfillment end though, but it's almost like it's easier for the people backing it. So I think like a middle ground is the best place to be. And it sounds like you have that.
In our last campaign, like my wife helped me with it a lot, the fulfillment process, and we actually figured out a way to kind of really filter it down and make it easier. I wanted to say thanks to Serge real quick for being backer number 366. I appreciate that so much.
Yes. Thank you.
We sold one, Irene.
Yeah, we did. Yay. I feel like I don't know how many backers that probably anyone who's on my has seen in my stream has like backed your book already, but I'm glad you got a new backer. Yay. Everybody go back Johnny Phantasm right now. Its link is in the description. Go get it.
Also,
get it.
You're underselling the effect of the stream. Maybe you only got one issue, but that lady that was selling the Furbies probably got a few buyers now thanks to Irene.
Totally. Just so. Like the 5 minutes I had her Etsy on and I was cracking the fuck up at it.
Sales right now.
Oh my god, what have I done?
That's a little quiet about their Furby purchases right now.
I mean, you've had that happen, Irene, where you've just been sitting around and all of a sudden, like, you get like a bunch of sales all in a row, and you're like, someone's talking about my book somewhere.
Oh yeah, that does happen. I was like, that's cool, but I don't even know, what's going on. But anyways, yeah, if you are going to back one of the Furbies on Etsy, you should back Johnny Phantasm first, and then go back a Furby. Yeah, because nostalgia value. Come on, you got to get both. Yeah, just do it for me.
Patrick, I think you were talking about a system that you figured out with your wife about how to better bundle things together, or what was it?
I just and on the way on the back end on how you filter them out. We just learned a process on how to filter them out. Actually, like my wife figured it out. So that's why this time around we have a lot of add-ons and a lot of mix and matching that you can do. Is just because I have her to help and kind of filter out some of those things. She's pretty savvy. So yeah, it's like. Almost everything on the campaign you can mix and match in some way in the back. So if you see something you like, just go ahead and check it out.
Cool. Let's see. We need a Furby emoji. Yeah. I will make one. Well, I need more members, so if you want, I can't make more emojis without more members. I'm like at the limit, and I love making emojis. So if you would like to get more channel emojis, then you should become a member. So I can make more cool like stickers and emojis and icons for you guys to use. It'll be great. And then this chat can be truly wild. The Rainier is, yes. Gallo Humor for $5. Thank you for $5. I have to say I don't want to. I don't know this person. I don't want to like talk about anyone that I don't really, know that much about, but Gallo Humor says, P2P and Shane Davis are real professionals, top-notch projects. Why do they associate with that person? Yeah, I don't know. That seems a bit mean, and I don't know that much about her.
I didn't say that. Poor man's E-Talk CG edition online group. Mandy is awesome.
I don't know if that's a joke or. I mean, she seems cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. I don't know. She's like
I don't
she's
know her
seasoned,
though.
man. She's pretty savvy. And she's sharp as a whip. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that accent fool you. Like that girl is pretty clever.
Yeah, I've never been on a stream with her, but I think I've seen her on someone else's stream. But yeah, I don't know. I just know she writes a book or something.
Yeah. She writes a bunch of books, but she I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, I can't answer any of this because I don't know. But Gallo Humors is again. Thank you for $5. How did she write Pirate Queen if it was a solo project by Clint?
So like I think like Clint was working on it before, but I don't think Clint really liked writing it. I think he just liked drawing it. I think he just liked drawing boobs. So he got hooked up with her, and he got her to. I believe she did like the dialogue for like the first 3 of them. Like she I think she redid what he did. And then I think it's either this one or it's the next one. Like Mandy is like she's like completely writing it, like the next ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's kind of you know, basically I guess she kind of took it as like a gig, but now it's gonna be like her thing now. You know, she's gonna be writing it from the ground up. But yeah, no, it was a thing before. I wasn't really aware of it until she brought it to attention. So,
yeah, I know she has a lot of people on her Twitter. Yeah, Mandy's awesome. People seem to like Mandy. Alex Zero says people like Mandy. She's legit. Jack the Ripper looks great. Oh, she doing Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, she's doing Jack the Ripper as well with Peter Gilmore. And yeah, that book looks pretty good too. There's lots of boobs in all her comic books. She sticks to a theme. You know what I'm saying? So
boobs and horror sounds like my kind of shit.
Well, now she's doing her new story that she's doing. It's called Gem Shock, and it's gonna be kind of like Witchblade, but instead of like it being like a metal suit, it's like a diamond.
Huh? That sounds uncomfortable, but
yeah.
I mean,
well,
shit.
I mean, so does the Witchblade. I mean, why?
It'll probably look hot though.
Well, that's the whole point, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Clearly.
She's just trying to do like a hot girl comic book. So I mean,
yeah.
Hey, listen, it's like I'd rather get it from her than like Xenoscope. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because I mean, Xenoscope makes a living off of just like open domain characters and with like J. Scott Campbell like covers and terrible insides. You know. At least Clint can rock it through the whole book.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I think Clint went to the Kubert School as well. We can all take a drink to that.
Drink.
Oh my gosh, and I have to get a drink. Where are the drinks?
Kubert drink again.
I'm out of aguardiente. I need rum.
I appreciate the super chats, guys, but I would prefer to not talk shit about other creators. So.
Same. I don't know anyone, and I don't like to cast judgments.
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't have to comment or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm here to judge people on it's about the books and the work, and that's all I care about. So that's it. But thank you for the super chats. Drink Kubert, yes. Hey, Gem Shock. Look at that. Gem Shock. Oh, it's a sign up. So there's a sign up link. There you go.
Chimera has an interesting point below that.
Especially from gay op accounts that were created today. Oh, well, there you go. I guess he looked into that.
What?
It's basically troll accounts or like sock puppet accounts.
I met Chimera at MegaCon. That was an exciting event. It's things like that are kind of exciting. That's why you need to come down to MegaCon, Irene. I think you'd have a good time.
I think I should. I mean, I went in like, what was it, like 2018? It was cool. No, like I flew all the way from Taiwan that year.
This is oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, you must really wanted to go.
Well, it was like I wanted to do a couple of. Well, it was what happened was I had a bunch of my shit in storage in Texas because I was living in Texas. So I was flying back to pick up some more stuff and move out of my storage unit. But then MegaCon was at the same time, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just drop by Florida.
Yeah, just swing by.
Yeah. So it was.
So what I did, and you, if you end up doing that convention or any convention, I suggest doing something similar. But I had a campaign that ran for just that weekend. So it's like people could order like stuff that I was selling at the con. I had like exclusive stuff that I put aside. So it's like when I do a printing of like comics, I'll like now what I've been doing is I've been doing like an extra cover that I don't show anyone until I have like a convention coming up. So it's like so when I do MegaCon coming up, like I'm gonna have like a special like Ultra Star cover. I'll have a special Giant Phantasm cover that no one's seen before that I've been holding on to. But so then people want to jump online that can't make it to the convention. It's like I had so many people that were obviously out of state and they wanted to go to a convention but they couldn't. So it's like I put up a campaign and they were able to get the same stuff that people were getting there in real time. And it was like it was an amazing thing because like people just really resonated with it. I streamed every day when I was at the convention. Yeah,
I remember that. I was watching that.
and afterwards, I made some videos about it. I did like a time lapse painting while I was there. But I know it's really fun. And Andy Smith was there. It was cool seeing him. Obviously Eric Huffles was there. Like we were hanging out looking at toys. I mean, it was a super good time, and it was just I really it's hard to explain, but like there was just a lot of CG people hanging about, and it was very enthusiastic. It was very enthusiastic, like to see.
It's like there's a lot of people down in Florida. I think Stefan Velez from last week. He's in.
Like Andy Smith will say this, and I'm sure Eric remembers, but like there was this family that was from Oregon. And they flew all the way to MegaCon because they wanted to see me, Andy Smith, and a couple other CGers like that were there. They wanted to get their Cyberfrog poster signed by Jay Lee. But they came all the way from like Oregon, the whole family, and they all had Cyberfrog and Salamandroid shirts on. It was matching each day. But it was like there was like 5 of them. Like they were a big family.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, I would love to go. I'm gonna see. I mean, I don't know if can you like still sign up right now because it's kind of late.
Well, I hope so because I haven't got mine table yet. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, like I think I'm pretty sure there's still stuff available. I mean, if not, I mean, I was actually thinking about possibly getting like a booth, not just like an Artist Alley booth, like an actual booth.
Like a dealer's booth.
Yeah, because I mean, like. I sold stuff at the convention. Like I did, make some profit, but I sold way more stuff online. So it's really just it's about just having like a place to hang out. And I'd rather have like a corner booth somewhere where I can fucking plug in the radio and play some music and get rowdy. Maybe even drink.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't. The thing is, like the only reason
I didn't do any commissions.
Oh no, I'm not doing convention commissions again. Like it's so. I realize it's so annoying because that's where you get most of your money from. But I'll do like pre-commissions before conventions and hand it off to people. Yeah, but like at the con, I want to talk to people. Everybody wants to talk to you as well. So like drawing and talking to people at the same time is stressful. Then the whole day is like a haze, and you're not enjoying yourself. Because when I go to a con, like it's basically to frickin' party. Like, you're right. I want to go there, play some music and drink and sell some books on the side maybe, but I just want to talk to people about comics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the day, I mean, Miss Popular over here, jeez, I haven't had that much traffic at my booth.
Okay, well, next time you're at Heroes, we're going to have a table next to each other. We're going to have some fun. Okay. So I am signed up to Heroes, but I don't know when. I signed up for the 2021, so I kept on getting pushed back. So I'm going to go to that one, by the way, if anyone wants to drop by in North Carolina, whenever the fuck. You should.
Are they doing like a mask deal with that? You have to wear a mask as of right now?
I have no idea, but my I paid for a table in 2020, and they're like, I don't know if they rolled my table over to 2022, and I don't know what the rules are, but I already paid for it, so they're gonna.
Yeah. I like HeroesCon. HeroesCon is a good convention.
Yeah, I think they probably. Yeah, most conventions have like masks.
I wonder if Nick and I would have to go into like quarantine for like forever. We
I
actually
don't know.
ship to the U.S.
I actually don't know, but I don't think the U.S. really is that strict. You know, like from what I've heard, I have no idea, but like other countries are really strict about quarantining. Like I don't want to get too into it. I won't. But
I'll have
like,
to check it out.
yeah, you'll check it out. Yeah. But I don't think it's like that strict for the U.S. because people would flip the fuck out if they had to like quarantine forever. Like,
And
but,
the U.S. don't have that.
what?
We gotta keep commerce going. We can't have people flipping out about quarantine.
Well, yeah. People don't people can take responsibility for themselves. Anyways, so.
I'll be right back, guys.
What?
Bye.
Oh, bye. Okay. All right. But Heroes Con is really good, and yeah, I'll see if I can drop by MegaCon. That would be
Yeah, swing
awesome.
by.
Yeah. Well, I'm already going to be swinging by Florida whenever the fuck Chapter 1 for Fiendish prints, because my printer is in Florida, and I'm going to pick up the books myself. But it's just I don't know if I don't think I've like talked to you about it, but
version, the color
version. The color version, and because of the paper shortage, I've been waiting for it for like almost 2 months now. But when when it prints, I'm driving down to pick it up. I just don't know when that'll be.
I'm sure you've gotten some of those emails from Indiegogo that was talking about like supply chains.
Mm-hmm.
That was like careful, like what you tell your backers you can get because you might not be able to get it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like my luck because it's first of all my campaign. I was supposed to print it like before the big paper shortage, like right before, but because my first printer screwed me over.
Big paper shortage of 2021.
Big paper shortage of 2021. But like I printed the grayscale version with no problem in like the summer or like
That's why I ordered
summer
it.
and fall. Yeah, and then the color version was supposed to be printed in freaking November, but because my first printer like flaked out or they did some shit. They didn't tell me they weren't able to do something they originally promised me I could do, so I had to find a new printer. Because of that like 2 or 3 week delay, I hit like right at the beginning of the paper shortage. So now I'm just stuck here. Like I originally was going to get my book out in November. So I'm not happy about it, but what can there's literally nothing that we can do at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like my printer that I was getting my cards through ran into some problems with some like who they got their foil packaging and their foil cards from like went up in price. So in the middle of my order, they decided to buy a new machine and just do it themselves because they used to outsource it, right? But it was getting too expensive for them.
Yeah.
So like I had to wait for them to learn how to use the new machine, which was crazy.
That's crazy.
So like, and they were honest. They were just like, hey, it's like we have to learn how to use this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it actually pushed back my book a little bit, and it potentially was going to push it back even further. I was supposed to have a foil card in my pack of cards, but if I wanted to get my book out on time, I wasn't able to do that because it was going to take them like 3 months to learn how to do it. Like they were honest. They were like, it's going to be a minute, you know?
Oh
and I was
my
like,
god.
I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll just hopefully like people will forgive me.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I didn't anticipate the paper shortage because originally the problem with the color book, the first printer, was they couldn't do spot gloss. And I almost wish I just printed without the spot gloss. My book would be fulfilled by now. But I didn't know that, I would be waiting like 3 months.
It's funny. It's like that's one of the things that I've had to learn along the way with doing this crowdfunding thing is sometimes you have to make decisions on that. It's like, it's like, would have been better just to go ahead without the spot gloss? Like, would people forgive you for that? I mean, of course, some people are going to be like weird about it, But I mean, one thing I learned, Irene, is like you can't make everyone happy,
As long as a decision is made on it and made public, I feel like that kind of, addresses it because it's kind of
but there's always one person that's going to be like, I want spot gloss.
Delays on that. It's just it can be problematic because you don't know when it's going to come.
Well, I pulled
like what it's been a while. What is the latest update on the books and stuff? Like
still waiting. We're still waiting for paper.
Oh, okay.
We're still waiting for it. So the printer has said that they've that they've had the print files since like early December. But they're because the paper shortages, the paper is being shipped in so slowly, so they just get like truckfuls of like random paper. And they have everything, they placed the order for all the paper they need for multiple jobs, but they basically just like get random shipments and they're like sorting through every truckload and just seeing what they have enough to print with. And then they're just going down their list and printing whatever they have the paper for. Yeah. So, and as far as I know, that seems to be a nationwide thing. But I'm not going to switch printers again last minute because I feel like that's going to just take more time. I'm hoping just being like transparent and keeping everyone updated will be enough. I don't know. I'd feel terrible about it, and I hope that this doesn't continue because I don't want Chapter 2 to run into the same problem. But like, I'm definitely going to build a huge buffer into the printing of Chapter 2 because I don't know how long this paper shortage is going to run on for. But yeah,
has
man.
Has anyone ever told you that they would actually just prefer for you to send it rather than waiting for the? Yeah.
Well, I did a poll. On the update. So here, let me just pull up.
Ignore those. Polls are fun.
Yeah. Well, what I did was.
That doesn't sound like a fun poll. It sounds like a bit of a scary poll.
Well, it was nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking because it was one of those points in the campaign where I was like, oh my god, I wish I could just ignore the problem. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I just want my problems to go away. I want to go into a hole and just wait for the printing to be done. But I was like, no, I had to communicate with my backers. So what I did was, here, this was actually pretty cool, and I'm really proud of myself for figuring this out. Here, I used you know how Indiegogo, you can have reactions, see? So what I did was when the first printer told us that they couldn't do the spot gloss, I had everyone vote using the 3 emojis. Like, either they're okay with not having spot gloss, or they want me to find a new printer, or wait for the current printer to be able to do spot gloss. And they said they didn't know when they would be able to. It would be like over a month or maybe more. So I had people vote, and it was like overwhelmingly people wanted a new printer. They wanted a spot gloss. It was like it was like 95 votes to 40 votes to 25 votes. So I'm literally doing what most backers asked for, and I know that's some people voted for the other options, but like overwhelmingly people wanted the spot gloss.
Was there an option for like people that just didn't care?
No, it was. I mean, I just assumed they wouldn't vote because I only got like 150 votes total, so I'm sure a lot of people didn't vote.
Well, no, I'm saying like I did a poll the other day, and it was like I was asking people if they were only Indiegogo and they wouldn't use Shopify, or you know, or if they didn't mind it or not, and I didn't have an option for people that just didn't care. And I think a lot of people kind of roll into that category.
Probably, but with like,
I mean, for me, like I don't know. It's like I think it's like I wouldn't mind not having the spot gloss. You know, it's like I would rather just have the book. You know, but some people.
Yeah, I think at the time though, when I wrote this poll, we didn't know we'd be waiting this long either. I thought it was just going to be 1 more month. I didn't think it was going on 3 months. So I don't think anybody knew. Yeah. And what can I do? Like,
it's just one of those things, you know. I think you're being transparent about it, so it's good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do. I'm thinking of like adding on some extra like little trinkets that obviously won't, like, things I can safely produce without more delays, right? I already added a color postcard, like here. This people really like my world map, so I did really full screen myself. I did a world map postcard.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is for all the color book backers, and on the back you have like a little message. It's like kind of a textured paper. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but here's you have to decipher what that actually says in the Narsa. But yeah, this is going out to all the color book backers for free. And I think if we're going to have to wait another freaking month, I'll add something else. I'll find some like a pin or something small that won't cause more delays, but like I'll keep on just like adding little things. It doesn't like cost me that much to make a postcard anyways, because like I'm all about, I want people to be happy, right? And I know some people say I don't have to because the printing stuff isn't my fault, but I want people to be happy. I want them to know that I care. I really
No,
do.
but like, that's the thing. That's what you do. You keep people in contact. You do that. So it's like it's nice that you're adding those trinkets. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to keep adding more and more. I feel like people get it. Those that don't probably willingly don't want to get it.
I know, but you know what's nice to see is like I've had a couple people on Twitter who are like being really salty about me being late, but once I posted the updates and I did a big Twitter thread because I realized that people who will follow the Indiegogo updates sometimes don't follow me on Twitter. People who follow me on Twitter don't read the Indiegogo updates or they don't watch my YouTube. So I realized I have to update on all the platforms. So once they knew the situation, like they were like liking my comments. They stopped, you know, criticizing me for being late, and people have been understanding. So I just want to say, like, people have been really awesome. I haven't had anybody who's been unreasonable and being mean about it at all. So my backers are freaking amazing, and I love them. Down Go Solo for $20 says, Gal humor seems like a knob. This is for the booze. Thank you. I will take one more drink to that, and thank you very much. Down Go Solo is awesome.
This is the reason why I have to get a YouTube channel of my own so that people can buy me.
Yes. I highly recommend it. Let's see. I'm way behind.
I like your map a lot, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I
have the whole thing on.
What's funny is like one of my assignments in illustrations was to make a map like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like they'd kind of do like students could do it more like this, or some of them would do it with like you see like castles and buildings. You know what I'm saying? Like when you blow them up, you make it bigger. But yeah, like it was funny when you turned in your action figure board back.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you turned it in like perfectly, like it was like you would have like I don't know, it was like how all the layers were set up. It was like I could definitely tell that you went to SCAD.
Oh, well,
is
thank
that
you.
A SCAD method, or is that just some ire from having been a teacher and been tired of like messy students?
No, that's it. I mean, I could just tell that Irene was professionally trained, just the way that her files were set up. It was like, it wasn't like I've seen some shit in my day with some layers stuff like.
Right.
Are you saying that she didn't send it to you with 50,000 layers?
Yeah, I flattened everything.
Well, yeah, I mean there was
Hold on, we'll talk about this later.
There was layers.
There were layers, but I wanted you to be able to, like, still edit it and move things around. AC and Nick are cracking up right now because, okay, Nick is my colorist, and I send him my raw working PSD files, and I have a million fucking layers in my working files. But
really?
You don't ask me to, if you ask me to prep for coloring, I would, but I assume that's your job.
It's like, well,
yeah,
you know.
I certainly don't say anything about that stuff. That's right, guys. It's because I'm not vocal. Marina always pays attention.
I can start prepping my ink files if you want me to.
I'm sure she sent it in very professionally, also at 600 megabytes.
It was. I work at 600 DPI because
it was big. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind that, but it was just I don't know. It was just it was easy to read because I had to put in a different background, and it's like she had everything all separated, and it was really easy.
I'm glad to hear. I mean, honestly, I don't know if that's SCAD. Like, you know, SCAD. Like,
no.
I do though.
It's definitely SCAD because like I've worked with colorists that are self-trained in the business, and it's like I've seen the way that just people just do it, you know, when they're shooting from the hip.
Yeah. It's you know, I talk a lot about how art school is like really expensive and shit, but I think like I don't know,
That's a waste of money.
It is way too expensive, but having that training is valuable. Like, I'm all for, I want us to have like an apprenticeship system back for the arts, and like something that's not as expensive, just like being able to learn on the job. But being trained and having like some professional training is very valuable, because like
It's
just
so
teaching
weird.
yourself,
It's
it's too, you don't
I don't
understand things.
why art school is so expensive. It's so ridiculous because
I don't get it.
It's almost like because I mean, I don't know where that money goes, because it's not like the teachers are like rolling in it. I mean, but it's like, I remember teaching at Ringling. Like, Ringling was about $250,000 to get your bachelor's degree, and I'm sure it's gone up. It's probably like $300,000 now.
It's fucking nuts. Like, what was SCAD, like 40,000 or more when we were going
know.
there?
Patrick, I assume you don't know. I'm actually a SCAD dropout. I couldn't afford it.
I mean, you're yeah. I feel, and you're doing fine. Like, you didn't need to graduate.
Well, granted, you say like I'm doing fine. Granted, like I entered being like one of the top scholarship students and stuff like that. I was like, you know, really good coming right out of the gate. But that's why I could get it. That's why I could afford to drop out, is because I was already talented enough that I could start making, you know, professional work. But that's not always the case for everybody. If somebody wants to actually, you know, that's what I found when I wanted to look into. I've always dreamed of having a higher education in comic art, but comic art is such a niche art form that it's actually really hard to find schools that offer that as a major. And so, like, the Hubert Art School was like the one school that I really found that was like just comic art. But like everywhere else was just like, if I wanted to go somewhere else, it was going to be insanely expensive or just really displaced. Like SCAD, the sequential art department, which is comics and storyboarding, but you know, it's where you learn comics. It's just a small section of a humongous like art school that banks on like fashion and filmmaking and stuff like that. So it's just, comics is just a small factor of it, but you have to pay the price that everyone else does for all of these more popular majors, even though it's such a niche art form that pays like so little.
I think well, the major should, the price you pay for like the major you choose should be different, and I think there is a difference. Like if you major in fashion, the tuition is different than if you major in sequential art. But I think like the school just, what I did notice at SCAD is the school just didn't give a shit about sequential art, because like clearly the graduates aren't the people who are coming back and giving the school money and like grants and shit. So they just like completely neglected the sequential art program, and they're like, they don't really know anything about it, and they don't really know how to price it. They don't know that like graduates really don't make that much money, and it's just, they didn't originally even have a sequential art program. Sequential art broke off of illustration like a few years before I started SCAD, because there were professors who were in illustration. Like a lot of students wanted to specifically study comics instead of just illustration, but like the pricing is prohibitive, and a lot of people do drop out. And I think like that's why I'm really big on, we should have an apprenticeship system. Like if you want to go to art school and get higher education, cool, but like if you want, you can get like, I don't know, like community college just to have an actual diploma, but get your training in an apprenticeship.
Mike Manola used to teach at SCAD, right?
No.
What?
No, he didn't.
No.
Are you sure?
It must be. I've never heard anyone talk about him teaching at SCAD, so I'm pretty sure he didn't, unless I'm just like totally blanking. Yeah, you can look it up.
That's
a bunch of other professional comic artists did teach us at SCAD. I had Sean Crystal, Nolan Witter, Rory Isherson, June Brigman were my professors. Most of my classes were Nolan Woodard. Actually, I'm a Nolan baby.
I thought Manola taught there. Let me see.
Not that I know of.
Not when we were there, at least.
Yeah, not when we were there.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a long time. I could be wrong.
Maybe it was like Art Institute or something. Alma says that's how they hook students with the scholarships. I got the scholarship too, but like I was lucky because like, I'm an only child, and my parents like saved for college, but like it was still all they could afford. Like I have a lot of opinions on education and why college is so expensive. I think it's really stupid. But anyways, especially for the arts, like it's, as long as someone can do the job, I think the idea that you have to go to college and like higher education, or that college is the only form of higher education, I should say, is a lie. There should be other viable and socially acceptable ways of obtaining higher education, is the way that I think about it.
Do you guys remember when Sean Murphy did that weird like like I don't know, like getaway art school for like art boot camp for like
Oh
2
yeah, and then he got Me Too'd.
And then what?
Wait, really? He did? No, not. I remember the Me Too thing, but I don't know the art boot camp. Wait, what?
Yeah. He had like this thing where it was like an art retreat. Now, I guess I was wrong about the Mike Manola thing. I'm sorry about that. That was fake news.
Fake news! Fake news!
But he did go to Cal Arts, which I think is interesting.
No, he's scared. Sean Murphy is scared.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I'm talking about Mike Manola.
Oh, okay, Cal Arts. Okay.
No. So Sean Murphy had like this artist retreat thing that he did, where it was like you basically go apprentice. You pay him like $30,000, and you go apprentice with him for like I don't know. I don't know how many weeks it was, but it was like you lived in a house. It was kind of like an old school. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to drink again, but an old school Joe Kubert.
Oh, drink!
Because like the old school used to be like that. It used to be in like this house called the Mansion, which was basically just an old house. And Sean Gordon Murphy did the same thing, but I think he was kind of like a little bit of like Me Too there for a second, like because
was it there or was it that like Twitter chick thing?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but he stopped doing that retreat because of something. You know, there was a reason why he stopped.
Yvonne, if you're shocked, like I'm like 99% sure that the stuff against him is horse shit. So there you go.
The what?
Like what? Like I remember, like there was someone on Twitter was. I don't know if the Me Too you're talking about is the same as the Me Too that I'm thinking of, but someone on Twitter was saying that, oh, he was basically not giving up enough professional attention, and that was like harassment.
Yeah. Maybe that was it, but he stopped doing that.
Right,
that
unless there's like unless that was like another the whole love bombing thing.
Well, the love bomb that was the Mags thing.
Oh right, that's her name. Yeah.
Well, yeah, her name.
But
like that was all around the same time that this whole thing was going on. But I know he stopped doing that just because of this complications.
That is, that's weird, man. I don't know anything about that.
I know nothing.
I know nothing about that. I just know that, like, Sean's one of my...
I really like him. I really have to hope that that's not true. But I mean,
no, he's fine. He's
fine. Like, I really, and it's, I mean, if it's true, I would fucking call it up. I really think, from what I've heard, is horse shit.
The only thing that Sean Gordon Murphy is guilty of is being a beta male. That's it.
Like, the thing is, like, he's so apologetic and nice, and he keeps on, like, catering. Like, so I don't like to gossip too much, but the one thing that I do know he was accused of, that people were saying that was sexual harassment, was that he there was this one person who we were just talking about that he was apparently it was another writer who was in mainstream comics, and he was friendly with, and he was that woman thought that he was their friend and was going to like help them in their career or something. And
are you talking about Max?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I keep on blanking on her name, right? Mags. So like she thought that, my impression was that she was under the impression that he was going to like, help her in assumption that he was going to help her in her career and like be a professional friend or like give her extra work or something, but that never came. And then she like publicly just like made some weird tweet thread about him love bombing her and
I remember
essentially saying that, oh, he acts like so friendly, but he's just manipulating you into thinking you're like he's your friend, but he doesn't actually do anything for you. But I was like, wait, so you're just salty that he didn't give you any like professional connections? It was really weird. It wasn't like he groped someone or anything. It was nothing like that. Like that's not none of that. Literally, that's not even what they were talking about. It was literally like, oh, he was too friendly. That was literally the Me Too against Sean Gordon Murphy. Well, if it was actual like some actual shit, like actual sexual harassment, like I would say it was, but that's not the accusation.
Okay.
There you go.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. You go, girl. I was like, that's what I heard, and like, I don't know, like it was weird, crazy shit. But it's really disappointing because like I really like Sean's work and like his whole career trajectory from because he was SCAD and then he was doing indie comics for a while, then he went mainstream and he was kind of like this heavy hitter artist and he did Punk Rock Jesus and like before up until like probably like 6 or 7 years ago, he was like my career trajectory idol. I'm not even kidding. Nah, man. Nah, I rely on myself. I don't need a. But like really, when I was like in my 20s, I was like, this guy is like exactly what I want to be.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like my senpai, and he like did his own indie books, and his art is so good, and I really like his work. And I thought like he did Punk Rock Jesus, and I got this like real rebel spirit, this anti-establishment spirit, and I love that because I'm all about that. But then sort of, I don't know what happened, but like for like the past few years, I just don't get that from him. Like I don't.
He's a pussy.
I don't want to like be mean about it, but
No,
I
no,
like
no,
his
no,
work
no.
on Dark Knight, but what I realized was I don't like he tried to go indie and he tried to do like plot holes or something. And I think the campaign did well, but it wasn't like the kind of oomph that I would expect. And it's not what I feel like he's changed. And I feel like he doesn't have that he's not like he's not hungry anymore. He's not innovating. And maybe it's just a phase or something, but it's just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm just like, it's kind of sad. I'm a little disappointed. I still like his art though.
It's like as soon as he started making videos with him talking, like I started not to like him.
As soon as he started talking.
Yeah, like in my mind, I imagined him like way more cooler than he actually was. You know, like I imagined him like Steven Dwarf. What is it? Steven Dwarf?
Who's that?
From Blade, what's his name? I just imagined him a lot cooler. And then once he was on fucking on YouTube making videos, I was like, oh no! I was like, he's like this.
Oh yeah, he had a YouTube as well. But it really never went anywhere, right?
Yeah,
because I remember it was just kind of boring.
He like I feel like Irene. What happened is he just got really comfortable with a paycheck. You know.
I think so.
I mean, he's having like McFarlane make toys after his Batman stuff now.
I think so. I don't know. I think he.
But like, I don't know. He's kind of like an A-lister on comics, so it's just.
Oh no, he's super good. I mean,
he is.
He is like. I mean, he's kind of like a Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby level type artist. Like he's like super good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm not saying that his art got any worse. It's more of like the reason I liked him was not just because the art, like that was like dwarf. Okay. Yeah, that was like 80%. Like it was like 50%. But the other 50% was like, dude, I thought this guy was like punk rock, but he ain't.
Yeah, no.
I will say like what I do know of him is like. Because he did come from SCAD, I did like a report on him, and then he came back to do like some portfolio.
Report him.
Report on him because.
Well, I was there at his portfolio. He did like some talks at SCAD, and he was really cool back then. I really feel like things have changed.
I know he talked about being like, I think he was like, he wasn't quite homeless for a while, but I remember like he didn't actually have like anywhere to live or something for like a time being because he was just working on comics or something like that, and that's how he worked on comics while being homeless or something. I don't know. So he really worked hard when he was young, at least.
Yeah.
When he came to do portfolio reviews, I remember like this. I remember the portfolio review he gave me, and I'm like. He says, yeah, this is all good. You should be, like, making money off your stuff or whatever. I'm like, but I don't know how to do stuff. Like, why don't you tell me, like, how do I, like, draw cars and stuff like you do? And he told me, you know how to make cars. I've never drawn cars, by the way. You know how to make cars. You know how to draw all this stuff. You know how to make cars. And that was basically, like, his review is just basically telling me, like, you know the basics. You can take that knowledge of just how to draw in general and apply that to whatever you want to draw. Mm-hmm. And that actually really like kind of opened my mind at the time. So like I got a really good review from it. I do remember that one.
Huh, that's interesting. I actually don't remember the portfolio review from him.
How many times he said that speech to you that day that he said to the students?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
don't.
can do it
Well,
too,
the point,
kid.
though, is that I think that a lot of artists or like aspiring artists do limit themselves. Like, I can't draw this. I can't draw this. You know, but technically
Really?
you can. You just haven't tried it yet. You know, if you know the basics, then you can just extrapolate from that and learn how to do other things. That's how you draw. You know.
People tell themselves they can't draw things? What's that like?
Okay.
I'm sorry. What I mean is people should be confident about their own work. Anyways. Man, I don't know. Punk rock is nothing but death. What is that? I don't know what that is.
Maybe
Punk
he
rock's
has
corporate
been
creation.
rich and wealthy. I mean, maybe not rich.
I
don't
think
know.
he's
He has been
changed.
successful for a while.
Yeah, I think he's changed, and that's because his art is still good, so whatever, that's like his prerogative, but you know, yeah, things have changed. Things have changed. That's all I'm saying. You know, because I wanted,
Maybe you've changed, Irene. You think about that? Maybe
I have.
Your taste buds
Well,
changed.
I have changed,
Maybe
I've
you've been in the same
changed.
spot this entire time.
I've changed in the sense of I've become like more honest about and more willing to be independent and less I've been true to the fact that I don't want to be a corporate pawn the rest of my life, and I actually want to build something on my own, and I've gained confidence from doing that. So that's how I've changed. But maybe some people move in the opposite direction, and that's cool. That's their life. I'm not one to judge. I'm just gonna do what I do.
Hey, Irene, did you see this Greg Smallwood guy that drew from Marvel, where they went in and in the bullpen started changing his artwork?
Who? I
Here,
guess
let me-
no. I don't know.
I'm gonna share my screen with you. Let me make sure all my messages are closed here.
Pull something up other than my comic.
No. It's interesting because you worked at Marvel there for a second.
Yeah, I was just a fill-in artist though. They really didn't know shit about me.
Let me know when you get
Oh
this up.
shit! Wait, hold on. Ah! I dropped something. Wait. Oh, we're at 37K! Yay! Oh, thank you guys so much. Awesome! What? I didn't even pull on my campaign and I crossed 37K on the stream. Everybody go! If you back Fiendish in the on the stream, go back Johnny Phantasm as well, please. I was promoting
And
your
also,
book, but my book crossed a milestone. I don't know what's going on.
And also whoever's backing it, put your backing numbers in the chat too, so we know.
Hell yeah, I'll shout you out. Please do. For both books.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, back Johnny Phantasm Extreme 93 right now. The link is in the description for both books are in the description as well.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are great. What is this?
So
Greg
this
Smallwood.
is this guy where the Marvel bullpen went in and started changing his artwork.
Oh, what?
So this is the original, and then they went in there and started changing up his shit.
What do you mean bullpen? What are you talking about?
Marvel bullpen.
And
The Marvel offices.
No.
Like
Am I
editors?
mistaken? Are they making her eyes less Asian?
Hold on, let me see. You gotta zoom in.
No, look at the top one. I mean, here, this compared to this, right? There's, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's just a stylistic thing. Because they didn't change the eyelids or anything. I don't think it looks less Asian.
It kind of does. I think there is a signature look about a lot of Asian eyes, especially ones that he drew, where it does kind of cover a lot of the whites of the eyes, and he was banking on that when he did that original art.
I think the style. Hold on, let me see. They cover. Of course they did. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. But you don't just go in and change someone's art. You ask the artist to do the edit.
Yeah.
That's not cool, man. Hold on, can you zoom in on the other one so I can see the faces? Oh yeah, that one definitely. I can see that.
He's like, why?
Increasing, yeah, because his art style is kind of cartoonizing the eyes in such a way that's simplifying it in a way that's in a way that's not marketable toward a certain audience who wants to see all of the details of the eyes.
I don't like the one they changed though. I think the one that's his original is cuter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It looks like I don't know what this story is about, but it looks like something that maybe an untrained editor did. An editor went in and they said,
It does. It looks like shit.
I don't know how to fix this, but it
looks creepy as fuck. I'm gonna have nightmares about the one on the right tonight. What the fuck? I mean, it looks terrible, but also like that's not cool that they did that. You know.
It is a little messed up. I mean, again, it's like I only dabbled with working with editors. There you go.
Thank you. That goes what 918, 919, and
Yeah,
368.
Wow.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Hell yeah,
You're the
yeah.
best. I'll throw in an extra sticker for you. You've been so good.
Yamgo Solo is really like the hero of the chat today.
No, he is. He has been recently.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
He even did the edit. They didn't use it. What, really?
So I remember when Joe Madureira, he was working on a Superman Batman. I guess it was like World's Finest, but I think it was a Superman Batman is what it was called. And it was around the time that they changed Batman's logo. They went from the animated series where it was just a black bat, and they went back to the circle yellow with the bat symbol. And they changed it in the bullpen, and Joe Madureira got so pissed that he took away Battle Chasers from them because it was being published through Wildstorm, and he went back to Image and did like the last issue of Battle Chasers with Image instead of doing it through Wildstorm in DC.
Man, when you have that kind of power, oh man.
Dude, imagine going over Joe Madureira's pencils, going, I'm just gonna fix these symbols real quick.
Like, who the fuck does that?
I mean, that's a lot of gall. But I mean, I think in general, I've heard this happen to a lot of artists, and it's crazy. Like this eye situation, I don't understand what they were trying to do here. It's like, it's like, well, they're just trying to make it look worse.
Maybe looks like they want to make the pupils have more contrast.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but you don't need it. It's like the artist version is, like Irene said, is cuter.
Yeah, some eyes just look like that.
This looks like some fucking, like, on the right looks like a horror film.
Well, looks fucking terrifying. Yeah, Sadako made into Marvel.
It makes me think of, like, anime and stuff. Like, not that anime looks this way, but it makes me think of, like, how, like, when you draw anime, like, they have the eye, and the eye has a specific shape to it, and you have to draw those features of the eye to get that symbol, you know? It's like a symbol is that you use to draw the eye. So if you don't make those marks, then it doesn't quite read that way. But this artist does the exact opposite. Their art is based on like simplification and lighting and stuff, you know. And so I think whoever went in, like this editor, whoever it was thinking, no, I want the symbol of the eye in there, kind of like that. Like I'm used to this. I want to see this. This makes me happy. And they don't have an appreciation for the different take that the artist took.
That makes sense. I mean, the original, I mean, just beyond the fact that I'm pissed that they just went in and changed his art, the original has the eye shape match the rest of the style. And when they changed it, it just, first of all, looks like creepy shit, I mean, but it doesn't match the rest of the art now.
There's nothing that's really on that image that has that same type of line weight. That's the problem, the way it sticks out. It's like that's an unusual type of line weight that isn't. It may be in the gloves, but not really. It's I don't know.
Wait, is that real? I don't.
Oh,
that can't be real.
No, yeah. There was one editor that Shane had where he had to explain the like panels basically to an editor.
Who was this editor?
I forget what her name was.
How do you get hired at Marvel and not know what, or like DC and not?
That's the situation that we're going with. I mean, like I didn't work very long in mainstream comics. I did some things here and there, but really, what I kind of came across was incompetence. It was like I was like editors that just didn't know a whole lot of anything about art or design or anything like that. I mean this stuff does not surprise me at all. And yeah, Shane did have an editor that didn't know what a frame was.
That's fucking sad, dude. That's fucking sad. I mean, I don't even. You would think that they would have higher standards.
Well, but they don't care.
I don't know what the qualification process is for editors. They can't all be expected to be artists themselves, but
I mean,
guess
but if you're going to be a comic editor, you should know what panels are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, it's weird.
They're avid readers or something. But,
I try to not be too right. At least, like, you know, lifelong comic readers would be a reasonable baseline expectation. I try to not be like too negative about like, you know, Marvel, DC, or what the fuck ever. But like I will say that my experience working there was my impression. And again, I was a backup artist, and nobody really gave a shit about me, and I just doing what I was told, and they wanted me to be budget guri hero. But it really felt like the main way you get jobs and you get in was like people you know, and it was not so much about your work, because it is like I could have pushed more for like fantasy and like an art, like to work on books that fit my style. I've been through this before and I know, but at the same time, like I don't, you know, they didn't really put people on projects that fit them. There were a lot of, definitely I ran into like people who were hired. I knew they were hired because they were just friends with someone, and I got that vibe. I'm not going to name any names, but I do know that happened. So maybe this is one of those situations. And that's sad, because this is one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, and you should have higher standards. So, but you know what, where we don't do that and where we actually have standards? It is here.
Where we don't have any editors except for our own friends.
Our editors are our readers, and yes, our friends, and you guys are
readers. Okay.
our readers, and you're pretty much my editor.
Okay, the point is that like we're kind of going out on a wing here and just trying to do our best despite not having.
Way to bring down the positivity that I was trying to instill in indie comics.
Yeah,
I was like, where people actually care about doing good work, and we are all fans of comics, and we care about the product. And AC said, well, you don't even have an editor, so what the fuck do you know? Wow! Chat, save me! Down goes. So there are some people who are editors. Aldous is an editor, and Shay the Red from Red Valkyrie, she edits. But there are people who edit books. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
George has been editing mine. I don't know if you guys know who George is or not, but
we have actual editors. Just not every book, but many books have editors. AC.
Oh, excuse me, Irene. You're not paying me.
I mean.
It's fine. I'm squeezing here.
I can do it. We'll talk later.
It's fine.
This ball is being bounced one way and back to another.
It's
I was not expecting to. I thought we were just having story chats, and I help you with your story because you're working on your own thing, and you give me feedback. But if you want to be paid, I'll send you some, like, I don't know, weird shit from America, or
It's fine.
I'll send you like a new computer and computer chips and like I don't know, electronics, because apparently that's impossible to get in Colombia, and you guys like are like electronics refugees or some shit. Hey, don't encourage her.
That's fine. It's fine. The point is that you here in Indie Comics Online, you have people who, thankfully, I'm glad to hear that there are some professional editors floating around here. But a lot of this is kind of the avenue for people to publish their comics, whether or not they have professional means. And Irene is lucky to have some, I don't know, artist and aspiring writer friends who can try and help her out with some stuff so she doesn't need to pay an editor.
What AC is saying is Irene is lucky to have her, to have AC as a friend. Otherwise, none of this would be possible.
Is that what you guys are talking about?
I mean, you know, I am grateful for my friends, but okay.
Don't ever remind her of that.
What? Of what?
To be lucky that you have me as a friend.
It's I feel like AC's getting a little too full of herself here. I feel like this is a little, we need to That ego is getting a little
Be gone! Ignore
overblown.
me!
Yeah. But what do we do? Some chips?
Chips?
No, like computer chips.
Oh.
I've had a few
I was trying to
drinks.
say like Pogs.
Yeah.
Irene pays us in computer.
I was gonna send you like the joke was I was gonna send you like disassembled computer parts, but I totally botched that joke. So yeah, please, I can't. I failed, and I totally acknowledge it. You figure, Omega said, if you were a comic editor, you would have read How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way and watched a video by the same name. It would. I mean, that's the basics. Like, don't people read that shit in like middle school and high school if you're interested in comics?
No, I haven't. I
Okay.
still haven't. What is that?
All right. Anyways,
I'm a pro. What is that?
Tom, have a few more drinks. I mean, I don't see no money there, but cool. Oh, someone asked in my background. Is my background my cover or a page? That's the cover for chapter 2 of Fiendish. Yeah, hold on. How do I get to? Do I have to like remove everybody? Because that would suck. No, I can't.
You have to kick everyone.
Yeah, I have to kick everybody. I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Do I like?
It's worked on like when you're loading a screen.
You don't have it on. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you can kind of see it if I just switch. Yeah, you guys like that? Are you annoying now? That's not annoying. Okay, anyways,
You're
that's
a pro,
the cover.
Irene.
Yeah, I'm really good at this. That's the chapter 2 cover.
That's part of it.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, so how far along are you with chapter 2?
How far am I? Let's see. 18? 17 or 18 pages? Yeah. It's a big book though. It's a 70-page book, so
Oh,
not
wow.
that far along. Oh my god, why did I do this? Yeah. I was everything is penciled. I'm inking it now, but I'm working on like
You penciled all 80 pages?
70 pages. I have
You
like
already-
I have 3 pages that aren't penciled yet.
Man,
Four,
that's crazy.
like about 4 pages that aren't like fully penciled yet.
That's cool. That's encouraging.
What are you gonna say,
it's
AC?
just-
What?
I'm glad. Well, I mean, sometimes it's because it's like I don't talk to many people often, so I'm glad someone else is working hard out there.
You what? You don't talk to people that are working hard?
Well, I mean, I said I'm glad to hear that someone else is kind of like working really hard.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like
He's a workaholic.
Yeah, well, I
yeah,
am too. I mean, I kind of get obsessed with it. Like when 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock a.m. roll around, it's like I have to make myself go to bed. It's like because I'm still wanting to do stuff. I'm wanting to, work on this or work on that. It's like I have to like take a bunch of sleep stuff to kind of just get me just to kind of settle down.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not at that point yet, but I don't know. My sleep schedule is like
All right,
totally
well maybe
fucked.
I'm just crazy.
No, I mean, I'm sure I'll get to that point eventually. Like, my sleep schedule is so bad. I have a day job. I have a full-time day job, actually. So, pretty much, like, I work until, like, 4 a.m. every day, and I roll out of bed at 9 and immediately roll to my computer and start my day job. And then, like, I'm working on Fiendish during my lunch break, and then as soon as my day job ends, I'm back to, like, I have 2 computers, so I'll switch back to my personal computer, then I'm drawing pages again. And, like, I don't leave the house because I'm just drawing all day. I have, like, a day job, and then I'm working on Fiendish. And I don't sleep ever. get like 5 hours of sleep, and somehow I'm still alive.
Well, it's better than
But
having
it's what you have to do.
It's better than having a real job.
It's it is kind of a real job, but
Well,
I'm lucky I get to work from home.
Yeah, but I mean it's art related though, isn't it?
It is art related. Yeah,
So, I
it is
mean,
art related.
It's better than like doing like accounting or something.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, it's a real, as far as day jobs go, it is really nice. I get to draw at home, and it is corporate, but dude, I get to work from home. But yeah, still, like I want to do comics full time.
I would think probably about the time that you're rolling out Fiendish 2, like you probably will be able to just do just Fiendish, right?
I don't know.
I think
I
so.
don't know because I don't know what numbers I'm gonna get, so I'm not like banking on that. I'm not gonna like get too comfortable. I'll just see. I don't know. Like all I'm hoping for is like don't want to like make less money than the first one or get less backers. But
yeah. Well,
I don't know.
What's this?
This is someone asked for the chapter 2.5 cover, so I figured I'd show off some covers. So here you
that's
go.
cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I like how it's kind of like symmetric a little bit.
Yeah, this is well, I should show the other ones as well. This is the chapter 2 cover.
Mm-hmm.
This is the black and white cover. That's not done yet. This is just a sketch. But I'm going to do another like cover like this one, but for chapter 2. And so these are the 2 of my covers for chapter 2. And by the way, I don't know. It depends on if Frega is free. I would love to have a cover from him.
Yeah, I think Greg is booked.
He's
booked
fucking
himself.
booked. You know what? I'm just gonna say I did ask him. He's like really busy, but I do want a cover from him. Yeah, I asked a bunch of people.
Let's let Frega finish his book. I need his book done.
Yeah, he needs to finish his book first. Like I asked a bunch of people, but they're like, my book is my priority. I was like, I get it. Okay. But I will have variant covers. I know Boobdan is doing one. I don't know if he's shown it publicly, but it looks fucking awesome. And I can't fucking wait for it. So I'll definitely have that. I'll have another artist that's like kind of a really big name. And he hasn't started on it yet because he's also really booked. But with how chapter 1 is taking fucking forever, like, I feel like we have some more time. Because I was going to launch a sign up in February. And that hasn't happened yet because chapter 1 hasn't printed yet. So my whole schedule for chapter 2 is pushed back. But that gives us extra time for me to prepare stuff, but also for people to do some variant covers. So I'm hoping that I can get like those big name people that really wanted variants from, because their schedules are all really booked up. So we'll see. We're gonna have some really cool, posters and covers for chapter 2. Yeah, they just stab a bunch of Furbies. What? I don't get it. No. Yeah.
I like this cover. This cover's pretty cool.
Thanks. People like, it's Ragnar. People do like, yes, boobs. Boobs, friend. Well, that's him. That's what she said.
That one today on the hard drive.
Yep.
You
This is just a
okay?
sketch, though. Oh, kitty!
My cat wants attention.
Oh, kitty. Boobs don't answer the life's problems. That is correct. Or
Yeah, I
so
love
I've learned
boobs.
from the internet. Yeah, boobs are pretty great.
Boobs are
pretty
great.
Yeah, and so these are the covers for chapter 2, and what I'm thinking, and tell me what you think about this, Patrick, because I have this weird idea. I want to do a side story that honestly is one of my favorite parts I've written for Fiender so far. And that's what the cover for this is. But it's not so much a part of the main story. It's like a whole chapter that's a backstory for the main character, Casimir. And it's like you can understand the main story without reading it, but it adds so much to the character, and you understand the character better if you do read it. And I'm thinking of doing it as like an ashcan where it's not fully colored, or it's like rougher art and a different art style. And I was gonna hire someone, but I can't find anybody because everybody's booked. But like I don't know if I should do it with chapter 2 or if I should do it as a separate campaign. But either way, I do want to put it out, even though it's not like a normal chapter. It's gonna be more like sketchy, like a side story, like probably more of an ashcan, maybe newsprint kind of thing. But this is the cover for that.
So fast with the second book already, though. Like, I would be surprised for you to actually be able to do the ashcan for issue 2 as it is.
Really? You guys think I'm going fast on chapter 2?
I don't know. Irene has like a whole schedule mapped out.
Yeah.
I trust her when she says that she's not going fast enough.
No,
Because you
I'm
have, like, a
really
schedule.
stressed. I feel like I'm like behind a little, actually, because I had to work on house renovations this weekend. Like, I'm
I think you're going at a fine pace, and
What type of renovation?
coming along, and also a backstory for the main character. It sounds pretty good, especially when the whole book was just punching things the whole issue. That'll be nice.
yeah. So we'll see.
But
If-
that was me interjecting. I was almost asked about my opinion.
How dare you, Nick?
No, yeah, but before you move on to something else, I was not even
Yeah.
asking it.
No, yeah. But that is a good point. I will include it. I'm just not sure if I'll have it with chapter 2, but I think it'll just come down to like when the fuck chapter 1 prints and when chapter 2 launches. So we'll see, and that'll determine whether I have this ash can with it. But I'm renovating my house, and that's like
Still.
yeah. It's so I'm very proud of myself. I've learned to do drywall. I'm painting the whole house myself. I fixed so much drywall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've learned to do like so much crap. I've done flooring. Did I say it funny?
Drywall, you did, yeah.
Did I say drywall?
Drywall.
But yeah, and so that takes up like, you know, some of my weekends, but no, like I'm worried, man, because I'm sure that you feel that pressure as well. I don't know how you get it done, because you do so many books. You have the Ultra Star, and then you have Johnny Phantasm, but you also have your Halloween one, your Halloween book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I've been getting off to the printers most recently, is Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, right, Sleepy Hollow. Yeah.
I'm super excited about that. I'm a little bit behind on that, but it's like I don't even know if I'll be behind. Like I said, I would deliver it by the end of February, and I technically, like right now, like I'm still gonna make that date, but it might end up being March, just because I'm actually moving pretty soon.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you just like something that I learned like while I was going to school was like when I was stressing out about deadlines, was it always gets done. So it's just like somehow it always gets done, you know. So
that's true.
So I try not to stress about it. I do lose a lot of sleep though.
Yeah. I know, like kind of. I am glad that I think with working with Marvel, I almost feel like the monthly schedule is almost inhumane, because I think it is, though, because it's built for like multiple people to be on the project, and it's supposed to be for like penciler is one person, inker is another person. If you're doing pencils and inks yourself, or God forbid pencils, inks, and colors, pretty much nobody except for like Jorge Garcia can actually do that and on a monthly schedule. Like he's inhuman, so let's just like discount, like let's just not even.
I could do it, but I would have to change my style.
Yeah. I have done it, but if you look at my work on like Silk and, you know, all this stuff, the YA shit I was doing for Marvel, it was a simple style, and that's why, because I had to make those deadlines, and I did. But like I want Fiendish to look a certain way, so to do that, I'm stretching out, like I'm giving myself like, you know, more time. I'm like 2 or 3 pages a week is 3 pages a week is my goal right now, but you know, still I think what I realized from like doing comics for so many years is like, if you just stick, you do the math, you calculate how many pages you have to do within every week, and you stick to that and stop like thinking about, you know, don't focus too much on like how many pages you have left. Like just keep on working, and eventually it'll get done. Like know your schedule and stick to it, and that's how you get things done, but not stress yourself out too much. I don't know if that makes sense.
I have like over here, I have my dry eraser board where I kind of map out my whole week, you know, and then I kind of map out like all my projects, and I have dates written down, so I remember like where I am. That stuff's important. Yeah. Same here. You have to keep yourself in check, and so, you know, some people, it's hard for them to do that.
Yeah, that's true. I know it's well, thankfully I don't have like too many distractions really. Besides from like house stuff, but generally, I don't know. It's I've been living in like a dilapidated house that's falling apart for like over a year now, so I don't think it's mostly because I've been drawing all the time. So I had to.
Like you own it?
I own it. Yeah, I bought a older house. It's not that bad, but it's a bit of a fixer-upper, so there's a lot of work that I have to do on it. So it's not actually falling apart, but it's just like. I had the walls that need to be replaced, you know, like some ceiling that need to be redone, and a bunch of other shit that I wanted to look nice. So, but I'm almost done, and it's nice. It's like I'm really glad to have that. It's especially now that I have all these books coming in, I have the space to like pack books and like ship it, and
that's one of the main reasons why we're moving, is because like right now I have all my Johnny Phantasm action figures here, and I have a bunch of Ultra Star comics, and I have a bunch of Johnny Phantasm comics. It's like we're running out of space. Like I need some like a whole nother room just for like storage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I have like one. I was originally going to have a guest bedroom. I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to have like this cute room that's like an entertainment room and it's a den. I'm going to have a wall mounted TV and it's going to be like a game console there and just going to be for my friends when they come over. And then as the months dragged on, I realized, fuck that. That room's going to be my storage room for all my books.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like, if my friends come over, they can sleep wherever the fuck. They could like, I will roll out a cot in the dining room. I don't care. My books need a room, a whole room for themselves.
Yeah, it's something that like when you get into doing this, you don't think about that aspect yet.
Yeah. It's not something I originally thought about, but
I remember
like you really
like when I first did the first 3 issues of 1977, like the one that I printed through Alterna, I had like this truck drop off like 1,500 books on like a pallet, and I was like, this is at the front of my condo, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
And I unloaded this huge pallet, all these books, and like seriously, that was 2019, and it hasn't changed. Like it's been constantly like that in this house. So that's why we're moving. Like we're moving so we can have a big garage that's climate controlled, 2-car garage. So I'm gonna have some storage area. These look really good. What are these from? Are these new ones?
Yeah, these new pages from Fiendish.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen these.
Yeah, here you go.
Fun.
You're very good, Irene.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think you've seen this one, AC, but this is a icky Ricky romantic page. I hate drawing romance, but I wrote romance into my story, so I have to draw it.
The streets came out really well.
And here, yay! So I've been I
like those trees too.
Thank you. I've been working really hard on my environments. Well, like my biggest challenge I think is like loosening up, because I used to be really stiff with my art. And like ask AC and Nick, like back in college, I was so technical and exact, but like sometimes loosening up also helps you work faster. And I'm trying to find a style that looks detailed, but also can loosen up when it fits, and that helps you like just move along faster.
Yeah.
You cooties, yeah, I know. I'm terrible at romance. Gross. Oh my god. Ew, gross. Yeah, that's more it. Ew, gross emotion. That's me. But man, I can't even imagine. Like, I don't know if eventually I'm thinking of, because I have like a really big backyard, and my plan was to build a big, literally like a mini warehouse in the backyard. And I'm saving up for that, and that's my plan. Probably after like 3 or 4 books, I'm going to be able to do that, because one room is not going to be able to fit that many books. Like, I think I'm going to have like, when the color edition comes out, I'm going to have like over 2,000 books already. That's how many I'd have ordered. I already have like 500 or 800 now, and it's a lot of boxes of stuff. But I don't know, like eventually I'm going to just need a bigger space, or like some people outsource their fulfillment, but I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Like I like fulfilling my own books.
Share my screen real quick. So this is like a tiny home that you can buy from Home Depot.
Oh yeah, those little like, wait, I haven't seen this one. Is that a Home Depot one?
Tiny home. We're fixing to go in one right now. This is
I'll speed it up a little bit. Hold on.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is a tiny home. So
Is that a
let's go
mobile
look at it.
home?
Of course, it's
No, it's a tiny home.
Pretty much. But let's look at it. It's called a tough shed delivery. And
it's technically a shed, but it's basically a tiny home.
Covered little wooden deck, nice composition roof or whatever you call that. Financing, but
it's a really big shed, though.
Yeah, but it has. Hold on, let's get so.
And what else can I tell you? Well, you can see that it looks like they've got about the 2x4 is about 16 inches on center. That's probably close.
But it has a downstairs and an upstairs
ceiling here.
Oh yeah.
Enclose the wall. We use some insulation, whatever you want to do.
No, this is exactly what I was thinking of getting built, but not this big.
For the second level,
But I mean, for $16,000, that's pretty fucking good. You get a Home Depot card.
Stairs.
Yeah.
It's got a second
Look at the
floor.
stairs that
Second
go
floor, actually. You go
upstairs?
up there, you can see
Oh,
it.
I have my Home
This is
Depot
actually
card.
just
Like,
up
Home
there.
Depot
This is
loves
outside.
me.
We
Like,
have
my
this-
local Home Depot
and
knows
then
me
you go
by
up
name.
Here on the
Is that-
second level. And we got the handrail here.
I'm there like every week. Yeah,
I mean,
I was thinking of getting exact Tough Shed through Home Depot. That's what I was thinking of getting built, but I was thinking of getting a smaller one. But like, I didn't know they had ones that are this big.
It's pretty cool though.
Is that I have to look at like I might have to get a permit for something that fucking big, but like yeah, because like zone. But well, you can have like a small footprint, but just build like 2 stories. I'll look into it.
Yeah, look into it. I think you might be surprised.
It's a little studio.
Yeah, and you can put it in your backyard. Anyway.
No, that's awesome. That really like I bought this property because like it's big backyard and it was totally empty because the previous owners didn't do shit with it, and I'm like I'm gonna expand. I had a choice between a bigger house, but like right now it's just me, and I don't want to take care of like a giant house all on my own. So I was like a small space, and I'll eventually build like a studio or a shed. But
You ready? My cats are harassing me to feed them.
oh no, if you have to go feed them, it's fine.
I'll probably go in a minute because
Alright.
because pretty soon like they're gonna start looking at me. You know, like they're gonna eat me.
No,
Like,
bring them on the
it's like,
stream.
no,
I want to see
I know
them.
it totally is a shed. That's the thing, Matt. But it could be a studio.
It could be. I think I have seen people use like on the Tough Shed website for Home Depot. They have like, you know, it's people.
I've seen Japanese
pictures.
apartments that look smaller.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, but Japanese apartments are like closets. But
I was doing like a deep dive into Japanese apartments, and I was looking up. It was like $100 apartments, like in Japan, in Tokyo. It was pretty crazy.
oh my gosh, like those small apartments that are the size of like a guest bathroom
Like a
in an
hallway.
average American house. Yeah, it's tiny. It's like literally a walk-in closet in some American homes.
No bathrooms. You have to use the bathrooms at like the McDonald's across the street.
Yeah, well, they have like public baths and stuff. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw. Well, I was really into tiny homes for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna get a tiny home. But then I was like, no,
Everyone
that's
was.
right. Everybody wants one of those. But then I actually looked into it, and I was like, this is a really stupid idea. Don't do that because I mean they're really cute, and I'm like, if I was like traveling, I don't know. I was like. If I'm gonna like travel and drive to a lot of conventions and shit, and maybe that would be really cool. But first of all, like I want property that doesn't depreciate in value, so I want to have a house first. But they are really cute and shit. But like I was following some like tiny homeowners in Japan, and a lot of them just build these tiny like trailer houses, but they don't have bathrooms because there are onsens and public bathrooms everywhere. And I guess in Japan, public bathrooms aren't gross. Actually, they're not. I've been to them. Like the public bathhouses are like clean and shit because it's Japan and
Yeah,
they're
you got the
weird.
floor.
Right?
Yeah, but like you can never do that here. Like I would never like what
I would never
if
get
I
the
didn't have a
floor
bath in my own
there.
home. I had to use a public bathroom. Like hell no. It's all the
Yeah.
diseases that you would catch. It would be absolutely disgusting. But Japan is like a magical land that's totally different than over here.
Yeah, and that's why we're gonna bring CG to Tokyo.
It's gotta happen. Yeah, I didn't know Indigo had a Japanese branch. I'm gonna totally look into it. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good for short-term stays. Right, Aviator Service said they're good for short-term stays.
Like on our honeymoon, the wife and I, like we stayed at some Disney resorts, but also one of the nights, like we stayed at a tiny home, and it was cute. But I was like, yeah, if I lived in this, I would totally kill you. It was so tight. It was like it had a little kitchen and a little bathroom, and it was cute. But it was like if you had to live in there like every day, it's like you'd go crazy.
Right. There are couples. I follow like tiny home YouTube channels and shit. And there are couples who live in these tiny like 8 foot by 30 foot homes. And I'm like, how do you not strangle each other off stream? I don't understand. I just
Yeah.
my house is like 800 square foot, and I like can't even stand living with myself.
I don't know what the square foot is of our apartment, but Nick and I have been living the last few years in apartments with 2 bedrooms, and we just use 1 bedroom for our studio, and that's working perfectly for us.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of space. I think like growing up in Taiwan, well, everybody has apartments in Taiwan, so honestly, like American houses are like almost too big. I don't know if like it's probably hard to understand if you grew up in America, but to me, it's just like, this is so much space. I don't know what to do with it. Except now I realize that I need the space for my books. Okay. But like,
Yep.
yeah, but when I was buying my house, I'm like, I don't need that much space. Like, I just, also it's more to take care of, and it's just me, one person. It's a lot to like clean, and you have to like do a lot of maintenance and stuff. But yeah, it's a gradual thing because, you know, I'm starting out. This is a starter home, and I'm hoping that this is something that will increase in value. Then I'll move
I'm sure
up.
will. Property always goes up.
Yeah, and it's already gone up. I know it has. So like, I'm just hoping to like be smart about it. Eventually I'll move to like bigger house and stuff. But you know, I had to like, I didn't have to, but I feel like it was the best thing for me to do to buy property here, because I don't have like direct family in the States, and if I don't buy a house, I have nowhere to put my shit. I've been renting for years. It sucks. So how am I supposed to like establish a business if I don't even own a property, have anywhere to put my shit permanently?
Yeah.
It's just impossible. Like, I literally, like, my parents never lived in the States. I'm here alone, so I had to get some. But I love it. It's great. I'm really proud of it. It's my tiny house. Yeah. So.
I hadn't thought about that. I guess I'd be a little scared if I was dealing with all of these rent prices and increasing rent prices and stuff if I didn't actually have family here in the U.S. I still have a bunch of stuff left over at my parents' house.
Yeah, it was just really difficult when, you know, I was renting for years, and I couldn't hold on to anything. Like, I owned so little shit, and I don't really care about that, but I need to, like, with the comics and books, I need space for that. Like, I could live out of a suitcase, and I have.
Like renting is basically throwing money away.
That too, yeah, exactly. Like with buying a house, yeah, you have like the interest and, you know, with your mortgage and shit, and that's not fun. But at the end of the day, not all of your money is going down the drain. Like especially if you're smart about it, and you pay towards your interest first, right? And that way you plan, you know, you understand how much you can afford, and you split between, like, you pay whether your house price or your interest price first, and then you will be able to pay off your house, and then you own it, and the house will increase in value, and if you're smart about it, you'll earn money back, is basically what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm not the best math person, but I hope that made sense.
Makes sense to me.
It makes sense. Yay, me smart. Me thought about it. But anyhow, own property. That's right. Don't just rent things forever. That's
right.
Don't do that.
If you take anything away from this stream, that's it. Own property.
That's right. That's all I'm here to say. Thank you very much. Also back our folks, back Johnny Phantazem. Hey, and back Venus. Is that another backer?
What was
Yeah.
that?
No, I said also back our folks and back Johnny Phantazem. You're almost at 33,000.
Yeah. Got some
You
backers
have
tonight. So whoever backed it tonight, I appreciate it, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Do you have stretch goals coming up still?
Yeah, at 35K, I think there's a print, and then I believe the people that are in the all-in, they get a acrylic pin
Oh, nice.
added in their box. So
that's awesome. That's a good idea.
thank you, Jordan. I appreciate
Jordan
that.
is backer 369. Nice.
Thank you so much.
Frega said he was paying $4,000 a month. Holy shit! Where the fuck was he?
Yeah,
living?
like
New York?
Frega, he was like the house, because he has a huge family. You know what I'm saying? He's got a big family. And like he's going to be in a much better position after he moves.
Yeah. Right, he just recently moved, and he's got like kids and everything. Well, if you're renting a space that can fit, I don't know, like bunch of kids, like a 4-bedroom or something, that's fucking expensive. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like I think he's got like 4 kids, 3 kids, and then it's like his wife, and then it's like also his mother-in-law too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's a full house. So they need a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to rent that. Oh no, it's
Also, real quick, just a shout out to people that share the link. Thank you that have been sharing it in this show today. But at the end of the 30 days, whoever has the most referrals gets a double page spread from Johnny Phantasm. So that's going to be so whoever can sell the most, I'm going to send you a double page spread from 1985 or maybe 1977. I'm not sure. But you'll get. I mean, like if you guys seen my work, I take a lot of pride in my double pagers, and there isn't a bad one. So no matter which one I'll send you, it'll be top notch. So again, whoever shares the most referrals will get a double page spread at the end of these 22 days.
That's awesome. How do you keep track of who referred the most customers?
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a system. Because I see them bring it up once in a while. I'll figure it out when it comes time. But I know there's a way that you can look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen people bring it up, so I know it's it's very doable to figure it out.
I'm sure there's some kind of app
Yeah,
or
like,
some
I
kind
know
of
Mortal V would be very
plugin.
excited about this. Like
Yeah.
someone was saying that Mortal V, when I announced this a couple days ago, someone said that Mortal V is gonna win it.
Oh,
Oh.
This is gonna be a competition now. Every
Well,
couples you
I
have
want people to have
competition.
some fun
Come
with
on.
it. Have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah. That's a really good idea, though. I thought of what I'm doing is every besides some stretch goals,
Mhm.
when I hit certain backer numbers, I'm throwing in like sketch cards and little extra items, which it's about time I did another one. But I haven't really thought of like using referrals as a metric for extra little rewards. But people really like that. They like having like random or like extra random rewards or extra rewards, like besides from just stretch goals.
Well, yeah, I think it's just a fun way to keep everyone engaged.
Yeah, engagement. That's what it's about. Engagement. So you have 22 days left.
22 days left, and then everyone keep an eye on this campaign because that last week we're putting up the action figures, and you'll be able to get Irene's board back. I have a board back as well, and then also Jay Ryan, who I actually found when I was judging the was it the graveyard shift? No, the godlike contest. I was one of the judges on that, and he wasn't the guy who won, but he was like a close second or third. So I hired him to do that Ultra Star pinup recently, and I also hired him to do the one of the board backs. But yeah, so keep an eye on this campaign. In about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, we're gonna be putting up the action figures.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. And for Downgo Solo asked, have you figured out a stretch goals? Stretch goals are right here, and you have it actually right at the top of the campaign. I didn't see that.
Yeah. So there are some amendments to this stretch goal at 30K. I also added 3 more cards to the trading card pack. And then at 35K, there's also going to be another sticker that's going to be involved in that. So.
Okay, how has the feedback on these like stretch goals been? Do people like the little, because you have stickers and poker chips and prints?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, no, people like them. It's just the only problem I've run into is sometimes when I put these lists together, the stuff that I'm gonna add, when I go to order them, it's like we don't do that anymore, or the prices went up. So it's like sometimes you like paint yourself in the corner with some of this stuff. So just be careful. I mean, this is, I'm talking to myself too. You just gotta be careful to what you promise.
Yeah, that's true.
I try to keep it simple for the most part.
Yeah, well, especially now, like fucking prices are going up everywhere. It's kind of insane.
Yeah,
I'm like
so
I'm worried.
Like, 6 months ago, it cost me $24 to send a package to Australia. If I was to send a book to Australia right now, it would cost $75.
Australia is freaking nuts. Well, it's not technically their fault though, even though it kind of like halfway is, because of their lockdowns, USPS stopped shipping to Australia. I don't understand. So, like, from my understanding, USPS doesn't directly ship to Australia. So they have to use some roundabout way, or like I can still ship books to Australia through
Instead of
USPS.
UPS.
But I think they like hire out like third-party shippers or third-party companies, and because of that, the price
Yeah,
goes
like
way higher. So
like the way
there are ways to go around that. Don't use USPS right now for Australia specifically.
Use UPS, and what I did was I sent a box full of boxes to Michael Bancroft, and then he sent them out for me.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've heard of that. There are some people like I think hockey does that as well, but.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's one thing because I have a handful of Australian backers. And I'm like, I don't know how to get you your books. I'm gonna get you your books, but like, holy shit, these
Yeah,
prices.
Guys, like living in Colombia, I would be backing more of these projects if people had just straight up just PDFs or something to hand to me. I am not paying $30+ for shipping. I'm just not.
And not just that, but there's the whole shipping thing. Like a lot of people who are in countries that mailing them to them, they can get lost or stolen or really banged up, and
You just don't trust customs or something.
the amount of accountability for that from the mail system is not as great. So yeah, PDFs are always a good incentive for people.
PDFs are always appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with PDFs are sometimes people can take them and just go make their own books with them.
That's
well,
I'm kind of worried about, but there are ways to like watermark it.
Yeah, you can.
That doesn't really change things, but I don't know. Like, okay, so honestly, what I was thinking of at first was, I love print books, and I wanted Phoenix to be like just like print almost 100% at first, but then I realized because of international backers, a lot of people they can't afford to buy the print books, and my original plan was to build an online reader on the Fiendish website, but then I realized that would cost me something like $9,000 or $10,000 to integrate everything the way I wanted to, with like pay per chapter, sort of like, it's like not a lot, it's like $1 to read every chapter or something. And I wanted to have like a subscription, like a whole membership system on a Fiendish website. I have the website like right now. The Fiendish website is sort of like the world building compendium, like the wiki for my world, but I wanted to have like multiple chapters on there as well. But like, because I can't afford to actually build it the way I want, I think for now I'm going to be doing digital releases until I can get the website to run the way I want it to. Because like, I get so many messages, especially from people in Europe, saying they want to buy the book but they can't afford the shipping, and also like VAT taxes and weird shipping issues, and especially people in Asia, they can't get the books as well. So it's a temporary solution, right? But I don't know, maybe having like an online reader is also something you can look into.
Well, also, I mean, shipping through like eBay is a lot cheaper. Like someone just bought an action figure from me, a Marvel Legends action figure from me, from not Singapore. Where was it? Maybe it was Singapore, but the shipping was cheaper for them than it was for me to send it to like California.
What? Wait, but eBay?
Because when you send to eBay, everything goes to a main hub in New York, and then what they do is they have their own like boat basically, or their own carrier system.
What? I didn't know. I thought it was like Etsy or something where they just had the platform and you would ship the boat the items yourself through whatever mail carrier you chose. Because I never used eBay. I didn't know that.
eBay.
Yeah. I didn't know that you ship. So that's weird. It's like a weird amalgamation of like Amazon. They have a hub.
That's something that Ethan was talking about too, because he was saying that like he like toying with the idea of not doing international shipping. Just after the campaign is over, you just order the books through their eBay, and the shipping is like infinitely cheaper.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wow, I did not know that. That's really interesting.
I want to look into that.
Yeah. I never really looked at eBay, but there you go.
But yeah, it's something to look into. Irene, I have to go feed my cats.
Okay. No,
because they're starting, like, they get to this point where it's like they start to all kind of like look at me, and it's like when there's one, it's kind of cute, but when there's when they're all there, I start to get scared.
How many cats do you have?
Well, technically we have 7, but 2 are at my mom's house right now, so we only have 5 right now.
Oh my
Can you
goodness,
bring-
a lot of cats?
Yeah, can
want
you bring
one?
one on? I
No.
just want
Are
let me
they-
see a cat,
they
and
all
then
there?
we'll let you go so they don't eat you alive.
I was
We don't-
kind of
we
hoping
don't want
you
that.
could, like, take the camera and just pan over, and there's 5 cats staring at
Ah, kitty!
This is Buggy.
Bucky!
He's the one. He's super skittish.
He's very squirmy. Oh my gosh, hold on.
He's actually.
Ah!
Look at his eyes though. But he's actually.
I can't.
he's an
He's
interesting cat.
squirming.
He used to be like epileptic. He used to have like seizures like all the
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, and then we had a couple. What do you mean? Don't dox my butt crack. My butt crack's not hanging out, was it? No, my pants are pulled up.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Mortal. What? No, he's okay. His icon is apparently that's okay. All right. Anyways, apparently that's
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, he Buggy, he used to be epileptic, but he's not anymore, so it's good. Anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, feed the kitty is code for something. I don't know. The cats need. I don't know. None of my business. The cats do need to be fed, but it has been a really freaking long stream. We've been going on for over 3 hours,
It's been
and
Yeah, it's
fun,
fun.
though.
It's
yeah,
fun.
it has been fun. We had a really good talk, and we didn't get any drawing in, but we had I was like, we might draw, we might chat. It'll be either or, but I'm really glad we had like a really good discussion and covered
Yeah,
a
we
lot
got to
of-
show off your art from your action figure design.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see that up, and we got a couple
Yeah, so
of backers for your campaign. Let's
Yeah,
refresh
yeah.
one more
I
time.
got a few, and you got a few, so it was a good night.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, so to wrap things up, everyone, go back Johnny Phantasm Extreme 93. There are 22 days left, but on the last day of the campaign, the action figures will go up, and I have packaging
The last
art.
few days.
The last few days, I'll have packaging art on one of the action figures, so you want to back it now, and then check back the last weeks and bag it again to get specifically my action figure and get
That's
mine.
right.
Get mine. Yes, I wanna sell the most. I wanna win. And is there anything else you want to say before we check out?
Well, just subscribe. I mean, I'm sure everyone. I recognize everyone here, but if you have not, please subscribe to Riot Press Productions on YouTube. It's my channel, and that's it.
Cool.
You said what press productions? Oh, Riot.
Riot Press.
Riot Press Productions.
All right.
Down goes. I don't have enough booze. Down goes so. But you know what? I will do another drawing stream this week. So tune in on Friday. I think I'll do I don't know when it'll be impromptu, but I promise to do that. So
You should like me and Kelsey want to start getting into doing some more just drawing streams where we watch movies.
Oh well, I can't
Like-
watch movies and I can't watch movies and draw.
Oh, you can't?
No, I can't. I have to
Oh, okay, well,
focus.
never
I
mind
can
then.
talk, but I can't look at it. How do you?
That's weird. You can,
How do you guys
can-
do that?
You
Just
can play
like background noise.
Pathfinder and
Especially
draw.
if it's like we were gonna watch me and Kelsey and Dale. We were gonna watch RoboCop and draw.
How do you? But your eyes need to be on your drawing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen RoboCop so many times, like we don't have to see it, you know.
But I haven't. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I
not
know.
even that, but it's just like you know what? I really, a lot of family and friends also bug me about that because I love actually just drawing and being that. But it's just that whenever there's nothing that is actually visual, like people talking, I tend to just look away and just start drawing it.
Yeah, I can't do that. But I appreciate the invite. If there's something that I've seen before, probably anime, then I will. I will jump on.
Maybe,
Yeah.
Like what would I watch? Probably Akira, a classic.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, but yeah, I can do Akira, I think. But yeah,
Well,
someday.
maybe that might be on the short list, but it's something that Kelsey and I are gonna start doing, where we just watch movies and draw at the same time.
All right, hell yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to join you guys. So let me know if you watch something anime, and then that's the
I
only
will.
time I can I'll manage to join. So thank you all for joining me. You can follow me at Rini Draws on Twitter. I have an Instagram. I also have a Patreon, and I have memberships on my channel now. So in case you didn't know that, you saw my awesome members in the chat today. And if you join my membership, as a member on my channel, I post like behind the scenes stuff in the posts all the time, and I do like a monthly members exclusive stream. So if you would like that, then you can join. And it's basically the same stuff I post on Patreon. I vary it up a bit, but it's like behind the scenes stuff for my comics that I don't show anywhere else. So you'll get a special treat to seeing all of that stuff. And yeah, of course, back Fiendish on Indiegogo. I'm Chapter 1, I will update everyone on when the printing finally gets done, and I am just waiting to finally get those books, but it is going to get done, and the book will be out and shipped to people. I hope soon as possible. I'm working on Chapter 2, and I'm very excited to share it with all of you. So follow me at all of the above things I mentioned, and check out Fiendish. Yeah. And AC and Nick, where can people find you?
You can find me at AC Zamudio on Twitter and a.c.zamudio on Instagram.
And me, Ink on Twitter and Instagram. You can get a hold of me on Ink Imp Contact.
That was Ink Imp Contact at Gmail for people who couldn't hear him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to help you. You sound really far away.
Yeah.
Someone asked the next Pathfinder stream. It's gonna be a while because we have both myself and Nick are really busy, but I'll keep everyone updated. The next stream might be, we might do like a mini side module, or we might be doing a Fiendish module. So that'll be fun. Check that out. Yeah. And subscribe to the channel if you want a matchup.
I
want a Malin matchup. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, but I will accept the challenge. So
there you go.
yeah, let me know if you want to see.
You make the challenge.
Oh, I make the challenge. Okay. Challenge.
All right. Well, you guys heard it. Irene's calling out Malin.
Shit, I'm screwed. Okay, anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye, y'all.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Bye. Mwah.